Is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
The following broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being brought to you by Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected. Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton, celebrating the art of life. Dan Griffey for 35th District State Representative, Position 1, GOP. And Sharon Trask for Mason County Commissioner, District 3. Good evening and welcome to Highclimbers Stadium and the soon-to-be-named Jack Stark Field. Tonight, the 2018 high school football season kicks off with the 7th annual Mason County Cup, the gridiron battle between Shelton and North Mason. There are numerous storylines heading into tonight's game, including new coaches for the Bulldogs and the Highclimbers. We'll talk with both Frank Hepler and Mike Speaks coming up, and of course the naming of the field. There is a lot of ground to cover before kickoff. So let's get started with the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show and send you down to the field.
Jack Stark Field at Highclimbers Stadium. I am Trevor Leopold, Athletic Director at Shelton School District. Tonight we celebrate a Shelton champion, Coach Jack Stark. First, I would like to recognize the Shelton School District School Board. Carrie Davidson. Sandy Carswell, Sandy Carr, Sally Brownfield, and Dan Cooley. I would also like to recognize Coach Jack Stark's family for coming today. Thank you. To start the evening, I would like to introduce the principal of Shelton High School, Jennifer Diet.
Thank you, Trevor. I am Jennifer Diet, and I'm honored to be the principal at Shelton High School. I want to thank you all for being here this evening as we kick off the 2018 football season with the Mason Cup. Thank you to North Mason for being here for our festivities as well. This evening we have some special events planned, obviously honoring our former coach. We have some amazing new traditions we can't wait to show you, and maybe the opportunity to bring back some of our old ones. The support of this community is phenomenal. Look here this evening. Family, friends, community, students, alumni, look at all the red and black. We appreciate your attendance, especially on this holiday weekend, and we look forward to your support during the rest of our football season, athletic activities, and in the coming years. Thank you and enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Principal Diet. We will now hear from our superintendent, Dr. Alex Apostle, followed by Carrie Davidson, president of the Shelton School Board. Dr. Apostle. Thank you very much. Good evening to all of you. Tonight is a beautiful and historical moment to honor an individual who personifies the very best in humanity. I'm very honored to say a few words regarding Jack Stark. I wasn't here when Jack achieved greatness as a teacher and coach, but in my tenure as superintendent, I've had the privilege of meeting with Jack on many occasions. I would always walk away with feeling that I conversed with someone very special who epitomized a very high degree of character, integrity, and humility. Jack is no doubt a very special human being. Jack Stark is more than deserving of the distinction being bestowed on him and his family this evening. Jack, we love you and cherish and value your contributions to our students and our community. We will never forget Jack Stark. Thank you.
What an exciting night. We're here to kick off Climber football with a new coach and Jack Stark Field. I see many familiar faces up there. Thank you all for coming to such a special night. It is my honor to be the current school board president who, with the entire board, voted unanimously after listening to the community to name the field after Jack Stark. Coach Stark had a long and incredible career here in Shelton. My high climber pride began to grow as a 6th grade student, sitting near then Governor Booth Gardner in the Kingdom in 1985. My family, along with the community, all cheered, "Go Shelton, Drain Lake Stevens," during that state championship game. What an exciting time for Shelton. It was thrilling to see that state championship win. My high climber pride continued to what has become a favorite memory, watching Shelton beat nationally ranked Tumwater during their homecoming game en route to Coach Stark's 8th league championship my senior year. Watching Coach Stark and the countless football players that he has coached through the years on this very field, I know he was an inspiration to so many, helping guide student lives, navigate challenges, make goals, and learn lessons that would shape their lives. Thank you, Coach Stark, for your lasting impression on so many young people, many of which continue to give back to this very community. And now we continue with the High Climber spirit as Coach Mike Speaks, a player of Coach Stark's, begins his first season here as head coach. Again, it's my honor to be here tonight celebrating the naming of the field with all of you. Thank you, and go Climbers.
Thank you. At this time, we will remember the great accomplishments by Coach Jack Stark. Here with us tonight is Paul James, Shelton High School class of 1975, quarterback of the state championship football team of 1974. Mr. James went on to play college ball at the University of Puget Sound and is currently the Assistant Attorney General for the state of Washington. Please welcome Paul James. Good evening, and welcome to Jack Stark Field at Highclimbers Stadium. I had the pleasure of being coached by Coach Stark way back in the 70s. Jack began his 24 years of coaching Shelton in 1969 and retired after the 1993 football season. Let me share with you a couple of highlights during that 24-year run. Jack's teams were Black Hills League champions 8 times, 5 times in the 70s, twice in the 80s, and once again in the 90s. 6 times the Climbers played in the state playoffs and were state champions in 1974 and 1985. Jack was the Black Hills League Coach of the Year 8 times. And he was elected into the Washington State High School Football Coaches Hall of Fame in 1994. Jack was a brilliant motivator who practiced a philosophy of positive thinking that, trust me, was way ahead of its time. Jack brought out the best in the players who had the good fortune to play for him, including 69 players who went on to play college football. One of those players, Raul Alegre, was a foreign exchange student at Shelton High School in the late 1970s, when Coach Stark convinced what he had heard was a pretty good soccer player to give kicking an American football a try. You know, the legend grew and the legend grew, and in 1986, Mr. Alegre was kicking in the Super Bowl for the New York Giants. Coach Stark's accomplishments don't end at the football field. He's a longtime Rotarian and supports the good works Rotary does in our community and worldwide. Jack actively supports the Mason General Hospital and received the hospital's Golden Flame Award for community service in 2016. On a personal note, many people do not realize that in our championship season of 1974, we actually started off losing our first 2 games. A lot of players and a lot of coaches would have given up at that point, but I tell you truly, Jack Stark never gave up. He convinced us to stay true to our team, to stay true to our coaches, and to stay true to ourselves. And hey, we finally won a game, and another game, and another game, until we had won 10 games in a row and we were state champions. It's been said that a good coach, like a good teacher, doesn't influence a young person for a day, a week, or a year, but a lifetime. Our community is extremely lucky to have had Coach Stark to positively influence thousands of students at Shelton High School, not only to become better athletes, but also to become better persons. Thank you, Jack Stark.
Thank you. Coach Stark meant more to the Shelton community than his football statistics. We will now have the honor to hear from Dwayne McElvaney. Shelton High School class of 1973 played for Coach Stark in the very first football game that was held here at Highclimbers Stadium in September of 1972. By the way, against Sumner, and they won. He also was shoulder to shoulder with many others alongside Coach Stark, rolling out the first sod on this very field 46 years ago. Please welcome Dwayne McElvaney. Coach McElvaney.
Thank you, Trevor. Well, Paul, thanks for stealing all the good stuff. Everybody else, all the good stats. It is an honor to speak about my coach, our coach. You know, when I was asked to do this, you sit down at your desk and you think, Coach Jack Stark, where do you start? What'd you give me, Trevor, 6 minutes? I got 6 minutes. I could be up here for 6 days. So what I did is I just started writing down some words that remind me of Coach Stark. And honest, fair, inspirational, very creative on the offensive side, and just a positive person, great attitude, and Paul, you're exactly right, never, ever quit. Coach made football a class. The football field was his classroom, and the football game itself was the textbook. And he took a bunch of teenage boys that smelled bad, did a lot of things wrong. We were like herding cats, I'm sure. But his goal, I know, was to send us out into society and contribute in a positive way to make a difference. Football was what he used to teach us, and he made young boys into young men, and I am forever thankful for that. Coach taught us that a football game, like life, it's going to have its ups and downs and goods, and although his favorite class, 1973, didn't have a lot of downs, there were a few. And yes, I get to say that because I'm standing here. One of the things I mostly appreciated from Coach was that he taught us how to properly celebrate, and also, and probably more importantly, how to deal with something less than success, what we were looking for. And all of Climber Nation is forever grateful for that teaching. He taught us to learn from our mistakes, address the problems head on, plan, adjust, prepare, stay positive, be determined, and once again, never, ever quit. And believe me, it works. Thank you for that, Coach. Coach is, I warned him I was going to pick on him a little bit. Coach was kind of a wordy guy. He liked a lot of different words. And some of them we used a lot. Some of them we used right at that perfect time. It took me until I was a senior to really figure him out. But some of the words that he used that I still use today in my everyday life were commitment, responsibility, teamwork, self-discipline, and goals. And not just goals, but how to set them and then how to achieve them. I still use this in my daily life to this day. Something else I've admired about Coach forever, and I know he hates this because he is the most humble man I've ever met. His temperament, he's just very consistent, very even. In the roughest of seas, the ship was always flat. I mean, it was always smooth sailing. Not sure how he did that, but I very much appreciated it, and all of Climber Nation appreciated it. Coach very, very seldom would get upset with us. I've never seen him angry. I've seen him frustrated, and rightfully so. But he never ever raised his voice. The worst thing that he ever said to us, and I know there's guys in the stands right now that would beat me up behind the stands if I don't say this, but he would tell us, and it usually started with gentlemen, keep your stinking noses clean. Yeah, that was his way of shooting out. But when you heard that, it was like outer space quiet in the room instantly. Your eyes were up, like mine are right now looking at him. Your ears were open, and your mouth was shut. Time to listen and learn, gentlemen. Those words make me smile, even today. Gentlemen, that word, gentlemen. He used it all the time. And I remember the first time I really noticed it, I was a sophomore, and I was pretty tough. I was about 156 pounds, soaking wet, and we were in the locker room downtown. You had to really be in that one to know what I'm talking about. It really smelled bad. In fact, there was a room called the Senior Hall, sacred ground. Senior Hall, I hear it up there. Yeah, that's what it should be called, the way it smelled down there. I remember waiting for Coach. We got there early, me and a buddy of mine named Doug. We got there early because we knew if we did, we might get some of the good equipment, because all the upper class guys were going to get the good stuff. And we're standing there waiting, thinking we're all that, and we weren't there to take part, we were there to take over. And some of these big guys, Tom Brigham, Bob Martin, and these big monster guys coming in, they're all hairy and ugly, and it's really scary looking, and they're looking at us like we're some sort of a bug they're going to squish in the very near future. We didn't feel quite so tough at that time. But he used the word gentleman a whole bunch of times, and he came walking in. Coach always walked kind of fast, and back then he kind of had these Elvis Presley big black sideburn pork chop things. And we thought, wow, that's a great coach, and he looks really cool too. But as he used the word gentleman over and over, it kind of made us little guys relax, and it instantly created this feeling of mutual respect between our coach, our coaching staff, and the players back to the staff. It created a really great learning environment for the younger players. Now I got to get to my all-time favorite Coach Stark word, and it's behooves. Coach used this word, behooves. Actually, the first time he said it, I thought he was having some sort of acid reflux thing. And then he said it again right afterward. I go, no, it's a real word. And he said it just enough to get this teenage kid's attention, so I looked it up. Had two words in it, in the definition, necessary and advantageous. That meant I was supposed to, he was talking directly to me. I would be remiss here tonight if I didn't thank one other person. One very, very, very important person. Okay, in closing, let me finish this up. But I would be remiss here tonight if I failed to mention one more very, very, very important person. Just as important, in fact, some might argue more important, regarding the great successes of our great coach. And I should probably tee it up this way. It behooves me to make sure to mention this person. This person is, of course, Mrs. Jack Stark, Judy. And Judy, that's the only way we can outdo some parachute guys. I know that the gentleman sitting to your left, Judy, would agree with me on this. You're a huge part of High Climber history and High Climber success. All of Climber Nation thanks you. And by the way, I believe it was last Sunday, this couple right here celebrated their 57th wedding anniversary. Thank you, Judy. Thank you for supporting and sharing Coach with us all those great years. Climber Nation loves both of you and thanks you. Thank you all for being here. Go High Climbers.
All right, Coach, outstanding. Thank you. These banners and paint on the field that we are unveiling right now are only temporary. Go ahead, ladies. Coach Jack Stark's name will forever be lit on top of a scoreboard when we upgrade our facilities. The very stadium you are sitting on today is going to be remodeled. The track we are standing on is going to get repaved. And the field behind us is going to get turfed. In the next few years to come, great things are happening in Shelton. Shelton now, Shelton proud. Before we go any further, could we have any player that played for Coach Jack Stark in his 25-year career please stand? Thank you. And last but not least, here is Coach Jack Stark.
Thank you all very much. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you. First of all, thank you to Coach Mike Speaks and the High Climbers. You better get out there and start warming up. Now you guys take the field. If it was me, I'd get you out there right now. Coach, get him out there. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, thank you to Dwayne McElvaney and Paul James for his kind remarks. We appreciate it. To Alex Apostle, Christy Buck, and Jeff Green for putting us all together and making it possible as well. It was really terrific to be part of the greatest community in what I consider in the state of Washington, and for sure the most outstanding ASB that anyone would honor ever want to be a part of. During our career here, we did a lot of traveling. We played in Vancouver, BC. We played in Vancouver, Washington. We played in the Kitty Dome over in Moscow, Idaho. And we always had more support than the other teams. So it's quite fantastic. And I certainly appreciate all of you for doing that. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention some of the outstanding football coaches that we had. The late Bill Bicker, Ron Ellis, Paul Johansson, Mike Sims, our very first staff. Over the years, we had others such as Perry McKinnon, Dave Keenan, the late John Jordan, Neil White, Casey Salisbury, to name a few. They were all just outstanding. The main ingredients, of course, was the players that played for us from 1969 to 1993. You just saw them stand, and that's what made Climber a great football program. Thank you to you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all for being here. Also, in attendance tonight are many members of our Stark clan. My late mother and father have passed away, but we've got aunts and uncles and cousins that came to many of the ball game, and we've got just a ton of relatives. Will you raise your hand? A lot of members stand as well. Thank you. Thank you. Of course, I need to mention our main family, my brother Dick, his wife Arlen, and their family members, they're here tonight, and my immediate family, who were so supportive over the years. Our son Pat and his wife are here tonight, and Pat was a starting quarterback on the 1981 team, 82 school year, in all-conference selection, and helped lead the team to a winning season. My daughter State 3 years in a row. Our youngest son Chris is here with his wife Tracy. Mason and Esme are here as well. And Chris was on our second state championship team in 1985 and was an all-conference selection as well. And then, of course, as was mentioned, the head coach of our family, the one that kept us together all these years, the one who kept all the late meetings, all the late dinners that we had to have. And as it was mentioned, married for 57 years last Sunday. My wife, Judy Stark, right there, head coach of the Stark team. I want to thank all of you for making this possible. The Shelton School District, what an incredible job they've done and are going to continue to do. I humbly and with great appreciation accept this recognition. Thanks to God and thanks to all of you for being here. Thank you all so very much.
All right, Coach, stay here for just a second. Coach. In recognition, we have this plaque of today. And before we adjourn, we're going to start a new tradition here in Shelton. After each touchdown, we are going to celebrate our history and roots. Coach, this first cut is for you. Thank you. All right, let's play some football.
Well, congratulations to Jack Stark and his family. What an honor. And good evening, players, coaches, and fans. And welcome to Highclimbers Stadium, home of the newly dedicated Jack Stark Field, for tonight's football game featuring the North Mason Bulldogs and your Shelton Highclimbers.
We continue with the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. I'm Diedrich Allen. New face for the Bulldogs this year is Frank Hepler.
Give us a synopsis on your career, I guess, is what to this point.
Well, when I got interviewed for this job, I had to start way back in like 1991 when I was born. My dad was a head football coach down in South Florida, so when people ask me about my football career, I always start there and say, hey, I grew up on a football field. I was born on a Friday night, so in October too. So from the day I was born, I was part of a football team, and my dad went from South Florida to Georgia and brought me with him, and I played for him. So I started in high school under one of the best football coaches that I've ever been around, in my opinion, the best football coach in America. And then after that, I went to Jacksonville State University for school, worked as a student assistant there, went to Florida Atlantic University and worked as a graduate assistant, was at Southwestern College last year as a graduate assistant. Before that, had a couple stints at a few high schools in Georgia, Forsyth Central, where my father's the head coach right now, and West Forsyth, where I graduated from in Georgia before that. So kind of all over the country to go from Georgia, or from Florida to Georgia, Kansas, and now here. So landing here has definitely been, I think, the luckiest part for me, just because of the area and the level of play that they have here in Washington. So I'm definitely blessed to be here in Washington.
So let's talk about your Bulldogs. You got an opportunity to see them in a scrimmage. Held back a little bit, right. But tell me what you got this year.
Well, we did notice there might have been some opposing scouts in the stands, so we said, hey, we got to make sure that we pare some stuff down. But I think that we're going to be an explosive running team. We're going to be the type of team where we might look like we're spreading it out, but hey, we're running right up the middle. But knowing that, hey, we've got speed on the outside, we've got a quarterback that's coming back with some varsity experience, our running backs, Reese Melser and Dylan Topolo, and even Caden North, who's a sophomore coming up. That's kind of like a three-headed monster for us in the backfield. So, just game planning wise, that's a defensive nightmare to me. And then on the opposite side of the ball, some of those same guys are playing both ways, but have a lot of endurance, and we do have a pretty athletic defense. So I'm excited to just see what we look like on an actual football field against another team. Everything that we've done has been inter squad, and to get an actual live opponent is pretty exciting.
For Bulldog fans who are outside the program, we know the Phil Pugh way of just grinding it out, holding into the. I mean, it's more of a clock management. Right. Your philosophy.
Well, there's definitely times in the game where you do have to go back to, like Phil Pugh was always preaching, hey, pound the rock, grind it out, keep your defense off the field, and I believe in that. Sometimes we'll get into what we call our hammer formation. Basically, that's just run heavy for us, and, we're going to pound it one way, pound it the other, and then here or there we might take a shot through the air, but especially with a lot of our guys going both ways, we do have to spend some time. Hey, on offense, we just got to churn out some time, churn out some yards, and then, hey, all right, everybody's rested. Okay, let's try to get a quick score, get the defense back in. But, I think that Phil has the right idea when he talks about, pounding it out. And any teams that are in America right now running the triple option or running wing T that, is focused on running the football, their mentality is always, hey, turn up as much time as we can, hopefully in with a score, and then, hey, get the defense out and hopefully get a turnover again.
So have you taking a look at Shelton at all? Do you know what to expect out of the Highclimbers?
When I first got here, I looked at our schedule. I looked at our league, obviously, and as far as Shelton goes, we wanted to make sure that who's returning from their previous season. Everybody wants to tell you in the community, hey, they've got this, and every time someone does tell me, even our principal, Chad Collins, came up and gave me the scouting report on their quarterback, so I wrote that right down, and I said, okay, that's something that we can use. Film-wise, we rely on last year's film a lot. There's some things that we can guess on. There's other things that people tell us, hey, Shelton is going to do this based on what they've done in the past. So, we've got a general idea of what we're going to see, but a lot of high school football is in-game adjustments. So, if Shelton comes out with something totally different, hey, we've got to be able to make that adjustment. And then, you expect the same thing from them. Once they see things from us that they don't expect, their coaches have to do the same thing, make the adjustments.
You mentioned you looked at your league schedule, the teams you're going to go up against. Do you have any knowledge of the rest of the league?
Well, I've gotten to meet all the head coaches now. We've had our head coaches league meeting, sat down. We're actually pretty lucky. We've got a pretty close group of head coaches now. We've all talked and chatted. We text back and forth every now and then just to see how practices are going, especially with the smoke that was here the past few weeks. I know North Kitsap and some of the guys up further north, PA canceled their practices, Squim canceled their practices. So it's good to stay in touch with those guys, but as friendly as we are off the field, we still are, rivalries on the field. And that's another thing that I did when I first got here, was just go through our huddle film, see what the other teams looked like physically, see what they did scheme-wise, and kind of matched us up measuring stick-wise and say, okay, what do we look like now that I've seen all of those teams?
That's Frank Hepler, the new head football coach for the North Mason Bulldogs. We'll have more of the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show in a moment here on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
Hello, I'm Sharon Trask, and I'm running for Mason County Commissioner. I've lived in Shelton for 13 years. During this time, I have gotten to know and love Mason County and the people who live here. When I decided to run for Commissioner, I knew this was the perfect opportunity to give back to the community that has been so good to me and my family. I am humbled that so many of you have given me your support and love. I'm asking for your vote in November.
Paid for by Sharon Trask for Mason County Commissioner.
Now we got it. There we go. I think so. Okay. All right. Well, I'm Diedrich Allen. It's been kind of a scramble for us here. As we get ready to kick this thing off, it'll be the Bulldogs receiving. I'm Diedrich Allen. Jerry Apple's with me. Jerry, I'll turn you up here. There we are. There's an opening kickoff. Whoa. Gonna kick my... Oh. I'm sorry. I'm not anywhere near the field of play. Okay, Jerry, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you very well.
All right. So we'll get ourselves situated, and I'm trying to scramble to figure out what's going on. They're very touching, and it was a great opening ceremony, wasn't it?
Yeah, it sure was.
Get that a little closer to you. There you go. Try that.
Yes, I taught with Jack Stark for many years in the history department.
So the Bulldogs will have the ball coming out of for the first possession of the ball game, starting out on their 35. And I think I've got something else going. Okay. I don't think we're having any audio issues here. Okay.
Yeah. Number 44 picked up 4 yards on that play. 2nd 6.
Thank you, Jerry, for catching me up. We don't have a crew here, so you get me and Jerry. And a handoff to DiPolo. Big monster of a young man. Just diving forward to the 45, maybe the 46 on that. Just shy of the first down marker.
Still DiPolo with the carry.
Gain of 5 on the play. We're going to be seeing him run a lot tonight. Big boy.
Yeah, you heard Coach Hepp, as they call him, talk about Reese Smeltzer and Dylan DiPolo getting most of the carries. The quarterback for the Bulldogs is Sean Ward. He's out of the pistol most of the night. Handoff to DiPolo, coming right at us. They gave him the first down, and he manages to squeak just shy of the midfield to 49.
Gain of about 3.5 yards there for the Bulldogs.
Give him a gain of 4 on that. That's his 3rd carry. He's averaging a little over 4 yards per carry.
Thanks, Jerry. I'm still trying to work on my cameras and everything.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us for a very emotional start of a pregame. Out of the pistol again, there is Smeltzer going around the opposite side this time. And right to the 46-yard line.
That leaves you with a 3rd down and a 1 to go. Looked like Max Johnson on the tackle for the Highclimbers.
Gain of about 5 on the play. 3rd and 1.
So out of that pistol again, 2 guys behind him, man in motion. Hand off to Smelser again. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards.
We'll see where they spot it. See where his forward motion is.
And
looks like he no gain.
A very, very short gain if there is anything, Jerry.
Yeah.
So 4th and a yard for the Bulldogs in their opening possession here in the Mason County Cup. Of course, the Bulldogs are going to go for it.
Oh, yeah.
They've got Topolo, the monster, to lead the way there. Ward will go out of the pistol again, and I think we'll have a timeout. And we do. It'll be taken by the Bulldogs. So we will step aside. We'll be right back. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
And we're back here at Jack Stark Field. I like that, Jerry. Jack Stark Field at Highclimber Stadium. 4th down and 1 for the Bulldogs in their opening possession.
Very deserving, very deserving.
We're going to work out our issues here throughout the season. This is our first game, and watched a fellow broadcaster do a game. He said he was very rusty. I'm very rusty. Hand off to Topolo, working his way around the left, and he's just spinning his way.
Good for another 1st down. That is the 2nd 1st down for the Bulldogs.
So just shy of the 40 into Highclimber territory. If I didn't mention it, and if you haven't figured it out, the Bulldogs are in their road white, all white. These are new uniforms, Jerry.
Yes.
They got them just, I think maybe on Monday.
Well, we're at the 40-yard line in Shelton territory.
So out of the pistol again, 2 receivers near side. Hand off to Topolo. Topolo, big load to bring down. He's taking Highclimbers with him inside the 35 to about the 34. I'll give him 5.5, 6 yards, Jerry.
Yes, definitely 6 yards.
Officially, the scoreboard shows it's at 5, but
yeah, it's
looks
definitely more than 5.
More than 5. We'll call it 2nd and 4. Same formation. Hand off to Topolo. Stopped in the backfield and then smothered. He gets away, trying to break away, get to the middle, back to the line of scrimmage, and he's brought down by a host of Highclimbers. And I think the ball came out, Jerry. The Highclimbers say they have it.
Let's see. Yeah, you're right.
So the Highclimbers get
first
there.
turnover.
Just hold on. Calm down, Jerry. So it's a fumble, a loss for the Bulldogs. And that'll be 1st and 10 for Shelton.
Right.
So we're going to take my first look at the Highclimber offense, Jerry.
Yeah.
I know we do have a new quarterback from years past. And that'll be Skylar Cook, number 18. Looks like he's got Troy Goodman behind him. Out of the pistol there as well. I can't see who that up guy is. It's Jason Kenyon. Handoff to Goodwin, and he'll get a yard, maybe 2, depending on the spot. It looks like it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Troy Goodwin on the carry for the Highclimbers.
Well, we're going to be seeing a lot of Skylar Cook. He's only a sophomore. A lot of sophomores will be playing a lot tonight.
Yeah. They are young, and we do have an interview with Coach Speaks. I don't know if we'll be able to get to it until halftime.
Okay.
But we'll see what we can do at halftime. Out of the gun will go Cook. He's got 3 receivers on the near side, nobody on the right, far side. And on the sweep and the handoff, getting around the edge. That was Caleb Hitzman. His first year playing football, Jerry.
Yes. Very good basketball player.
Gets across the 40 to 41. Brings up third down and about 4.
4 yards to go for the Highclimbers. Ball's now at their own 41-yard line.
I just let the PA do the announcing, Jerry.
Yeah, what is Hitzman's number?
82.
Okay. That's why I couldn't find it.
Handoff in the middle. I think that was Goodwin on the carry. Just smothered in. A loss on the play. Yep, Goodwin with a loss. Back to the 40. That brings up 4th and 5 for the Highclimbers.
Backs it up a yard. It'll be 4th down and 5 yards to go for the Highclimbers.
So it looks like a punt for the Highclimbers. Dela Sancho will be in there to boot it back. And back deep for the Bulldogs, Anthony Aurelio, standing about his 25. Areola, excuse me. Dela Sancho, let's get him in the picture here. There's the snap. And he'll get one booted short. It's going to drop at about the 35. And that's where Jason Kenyon and company will down it for the Bulldogs in their second possession.
Yeah, 25-yard punt, no return.
So North Mason with its second possession of the ball game. Hopefully you can kind of see the scoreboard up there in the upper left-hand corner for everybody watching. So word will go out of the gun. He's got 2 receivers on the near side, a tight formation. He'll hand it off to Smelser. Smelser trying to get around the edge. He's got some speed, and he'll break it up the sidelines, cross into Highclimber territory and out of bounds. Well, actually, he's going to be right out of bounds right at the 50-yard line. Give him a 14-yard pickup there, Jerry.
Yep.
So 1st and 10 from midfield for.
And that is the third first down for North Mason, and that's the 3rd carry for Smetsler, 14 yards.
I mentioned in my opening there's a lot of storylines here. One of those is the chain gang, Jerry. They are back from years past. They took,
wow.
That's what I was told. Handoff again to Smelser. He'll bang bodies, get 4, and I think he might have lost the ball again. Let's see what the guys in the stripes say. Now it's going to be a second down for North Mason at 46.
Yeah, let's
4 yards on the
yeah,
pickup.
let's go 4 yards. So far we've had 1 turnover, and that was recovered by the Highclimbers.
Little handoff to the sweeper. Gets the first down a little bit more. That was Ryan Nogus on the carry, number 12. Gets inside the 40 to about the 37, 38, depending on the spot. I think they're going to stick it right between the hash marks. Nope, they're going to stick it right on the 37.
Yeah, that's the 4th first down for North Mason.
And we have a timeout for the Highclimbers, and we will take it. We'll be right back to Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Hi, I'm Dan Griffey, your legislator and local firefighter. Today we all come together to cheer on our players. And like them, we are a team. Like a team, we work together to do good for our community. I want you to know that I fight for each and every one of you, for a bright future full of opportunities, for you to leave your mark on the world. You are strong, and we are stronger together.
Paid for by
Griffey's First State House Campaign.
And we're back here at Jack Stark Field,
Well,
Highclimber Stadium.
Interesting thing, Diedrich, there's been no passing tonight yet. North Mason has carried the ball 11 times, and they have 4 first downs.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 37 for the boys from Belfair. Out of the gun will go Ward. Hands off to Smelser. Smelser breaking tackles, slipping guys to the 30, still fighting for extra yards, dives forward, might have came close to that first down marker.
Very close.
You know, I've watched him in practice and in a scrimmage last Saturday night, and I was very impressed with North Mason. It's our first chance to see Shelton, so...
Yeah, we were going to go down to Tenino last Friday night, but because of the weather, the fires, we were not able to go because of the quality of the air.
Yeah, always safe. It looks like they're going
Yes,
to measure.
it is.
And it looks like a first down for North Mason.
And that's a first down at the Bulldogs. Ball's at the 27-yard line of the Highclimbers.
So 1st and 10 from the 27 of Shelton. North Mason with the ball, 5:09 to go here, first quarter, no score.
5th first down for North Mason. Yes, I'm very impressed with both their running backs.
Out of the pistol will go Ward this time. Is that Topolo behind him, or is it Smelser? Receiver wide to the far side. It's Smelser. Smelser will take the handoff, get around the right side, cut back towards the middle, and dive forward. It looks like he might have gotten 5-6 yards, depending on the spot. I'm going to say 6. Jerry looks like the 21.
I would say 6 on that. I think you're correct. As always.
I don't know about as always, Jerry. I have the benefit of the cameras here, just looking at real life.
Okay.
Man in motion on the rollout. Here's our first pass. Throw to the number 6, and that is Nenez, Mario Nenez with the catch for the first down at the 16. Another first down.
So 11-yard pass. First pass of the game. And good for another first down. That's a 6-1 for the North Mason Bulldogs.
So Ward will go out of the pistol again. He's got Topolo behind him. Smelser to his right and a step back. He can fumble on the play, and Ward will just wisely just dive on that ball. Keep possession of the ball.
That's actually you think the 3rd fumble of the game, but of course 2 of those have been recovered by North Mason.
Right. So that brings up 2nd down and 12. And off to big Topolo. Dylan will try to work his way around the near side, and a nice, oh wait, he's faking me all out. And what do we have, a touchdown there? Oh my goodness, he had everybody faked out, including me. On that dump off, it was Anthony Aurelio, I'm sorry, Areola with the touchdown.
His number is number 1.
No, number 2 or 3, actually.
Number 3, I'm sorry.
It's okay, Jerry. We're all faked out here. So Gary Thomas will come on to try the extra point, and the Bulldogs strike first and lead to 6-0 at the 3:48 mark of the first quarter in the 7th annual Mason County Cup. Get Gary in the shot there. There we go. Snap spot in the kick. It's up. Is it good? It is. So the Bulldogs get 7, and they lead 7-0. We'll be right back. It's the Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's so many great things about life in Mason County, and Hood Canal Communications is proud to be one more. Headquartered in Union, we offer the speed and reliability your family needs, backed by hometown service and support. Whether you need to just check email or power all those Wi-Fi devices around your home, HCC has the right package for you. Stop by one of our friendly offices, call or visit hcc.net to learn more. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
And we're back. Bulldogs march down on, was this their 2nd possession of the ball game? Score a touchdown?
Yes, it was their 2nd possession, yes.
And they get 7 points, and they lead 7-0 over Shelton. We are at Highclimbers Stadium, and more specifically the Jack Stark Field at Highclimbers Stadium. I'm going to like saying that over the years, Jerry.
Yeah,
it's really cool. Having worked with Jack in a broadcast or two, and his brother Dick, by the way, it has been
An honor to know the man.
Gary Thomas will be kicking it off for the Bulldogs.
So Thomas will get the kicking duties.
Troy Goodwin and Jason Kenyon are back deep.
As you
for
heard,
the
Troy
Highclimbers.
Goodwin and Jason Kenyon are back about the 10.
And
now,
I needed an auctioneer last year at a fun event, and Jack Stark volunteered. And boy, did he do a good job at our auction, at our spaghetti feed. I was very proud of him. So he does a lot of things for the community.
He stays very active, and he's always impressed me from the day I met him.
Yep, he's a true gentleman.
So Thomas has it teed up at the 40 for the Bulldogs. Kick it back to the Highclimbers, give them another shot at this as they were 3 and out. And there's a high end over end kick that's going to be taken at the 10. Straight up the seam there. And then pulled down, and I think that was Goodwin on the return. No, it was Kenyon. It was Kenyon on the return.
A 10-yard return on a 50-yard kickoff.
So Shelton will get the ball on their own 31 officially, or 36. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the 30, looking at the 30, looking at the number 30, and the spot is at the 36. Oh boy, maybe I do need glasses, Jerry.
Okay.
Out of the gun. We'll go Cook. He's got 3 receivers to the near side. Quick dump off, and it's complete. And getting up near the first down marker is Anthony Boren. Very close to that first down on that first pass for the Highclimbers.
Just short, yeah.
So it'll be a 9-yard pickup before 2nd and 1.
Skylar Cook's pass to Anthony Boren is complete, gaining 9 yards.
So out of the pistol will go Cooks. He's got Boren to the wide side, far side. Hitzman on the near side. And we got a little debate. I guess we have a equipment issue there. And I'll bring in a Michael Bousted for North Mason as a free safety out of the pistol. Goodwin back behind Cooks. Hand off to Cooks coming the near side. He bangs bodies, gets the first down. He took a hit though. It was the guy on the tackle. It looks like it was Junior Newman and Nanez, Mario Nanez. So 1st and 10 for Shelton at their own 47.5.
First down for the Highclimbers.
So out of the gun will go Cook. He's got 3 receivers to the near side, nobody to the far side. Man in motion. And we're going to get our first penalty of the ball game as flags go flying. Charles Hurt was the guy in motion for the Highclimbers, number 15, Jerry, if you want to make a note of that. So we'll march the Highclimbers back 5 for the false start. I would imagine that the Shelton players are really, really anxious, Jerry.
Yes.
It's been a long off season for them, and they've wanted to play, and as we mentioned, they couldn't last week.
Right.
Out of the pistol go Cooks, out of the formation goes Goodwin. And again, they're going to get a motion man.
Yeah. This looks like it's going to be on number 21.
No, it's either going to. It doesn't matter. We don't identify at high school level, Jerry.
No, we should.
But I think we're going to have an illegal shift, 2 men in the motion at the same time.
Yes, yeah. I apologize for that.
It's okay. Years ago, when I started doing play-by-play, or before actually I did football, I was helping out on a broadcast, and we were in Cedar Woolley. And our friend Lim Elway was calling the game. And the young man who was calling was a color commentator. He first penalty of the game. He said, "I know who did it." And I said, "We don't identify him at this level, but good job." So we have first and it looks more than 15 there, Jerry. But I might be wrong. Receiver on each side. Back to pass goes Cook. Throw over the middle. And Hurt with the catch.
to near the 30. Nice catch, and I'm going to call him out because he did such a good job. He was the guy that was so anxious to get a catch. He was the one that false started a couple times there.
Yeah.
But he made up for it with that catch, and they're going to spot it just inside the 35 at the 34. First and 10.
Well, that's the second first down for the Highclimbers. That's the second completed pass by number 18, 2 for 2, and a 23-yard pass play to number 15.
Trips to the near side, Jerry, on the first and 10 from the 34 of North Mason. Man in motion, that's Kenyon. To the formation, direct snap to Kenyon. Kenyon's gonna go out of the Wildcat. He's got some room on the far side, trying to get to the outside. Come up just a little short of the 30 at the 31. He ran like 25 yards, Jerry.
Yeah.
Sideways. Ends up getting, 3 on that?
Yeah, let's give him 3 on that one.
Call it second and 7. That's an interesting play. Coach Speaks told me in our interview, I tried to get some insight of what they're going to run, and he said, you got to come and find out. Goodwin will go out of the backfield. Low snap.
Oh.
Ball's free, and Goodwin will recover it on a loss on that. Forward progress. They'll put it at the 44.
Let's see. Yes, 43, 44-yard line. So.
Oh, we'll make it 43, not look so bad. Right between the 2 hash marks. So we got third down and half a mile, Jerry.
Yeah,
okay, about 17. It's about
a 10-yard loss.
Yeah. Back to pass goes Cook. Steps up, throws over the middle, and overthrew his intended target, and that was Boren. Looks like the Bulldogs are playing a little bit of zones defensively out there. So bring up fourth down for the Highclimbers. And is De La Sancha coming on to kick? Yes, he is. 7-0 North Mason, 52 seconds to go, first quarter.
Well, one thing that's kind of exciting is that the Highclimbers are mixing it up. You know, they've already thrown 3 times.
Right.
So that makes it exciting.
And the Wildcat formation with the direct snap to the running back, that was a surprise for me.
Yeah.
There's a snap to De La Sancha. He'll get a better punt off this time. And it'll angle towards the 10, roll inside the 5. Wow.
Very nice.
Very nice. Better punt this time than the last time. And the Bulldogs are deep.
53-yard punt and no return. Very nice.
So the Bulldogs will start out on their own. What is it, the 5? 4.
Well, they've got it marked on the
board as a 3. The referee on the near side is standing on the 4.
Yeah, they've got it on the 3.
We'll call it from the 3.
Okay.
That's good enough for now.
Okay.
First and 10 from the 3-yard line are the Bulldogs from North Mason, deep in their own territory. Another delay here. Got a little activity down in the student section, Jerry. Somebody has a Bulldog jersey, and I don't really want to know what they're doing with it. Okay. So let's play some football. I was going to say basketball. We're not there yet. So first and 10 for North Mason on their own 1-yard line is where they're going to spot it. I guess there was a penalty on that as well. So North Mason is deep in their own territory. Quick little handoff, and breaking a tackle and spinning is Smelser. Trying to find a little bit of room there. I think he might have got a yard, Jerry.
Yeah, let's see where they. Oh.
Yeah, I think we're going to see second and give him a half a yard or a yard, Jerry. It's second and 9.
Okay.
Now the ball's on the 2. That was a hard-fought yard, I got to tell you. Wow.
Well, I think we might see number 44 on this play.
Well, he's the guy beside Ward in the backfield. Kind of a tight formation. One receiver far side. That is Jacob Anderson, number 14. And now what do we have? Oh, that's the end of the quarter. Okay. Well, we'll head to the second and switch ends, switch hammers, do all that good stuff. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over. When you see lights, vests,
or reflectors,
please give us some room. Slow down and move over. When you need us,
we've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back? Please, slow down.
And move over.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
So we're about ready to start the second quarter. 7-0 North Mason on top, and they have a second down and 9 from their own 2 to start the quarter. Switching ends, Jerry, you have any quick little impressions about the first 12 minutes?
Well, I've been very impressed with North Mason and their running attack. And they mixed it up with a couple passes. Very few penalties. As a matter of fact, I think we only had 1 penalty.
3.
3 altogether.
A couple of them were mysteries. I didn't see the flag, and that was just a delay. Well, there was like a half a yard and then a 5 yard. I'm only out of memory, Jerry.
Right.
I mean, as we're shaking off the rust, everybody's shaking off the rust
but
here.
Number 42 and number 44 are both pretty good running backs.
So man in motion. Take the sweep. No. Oh, boy. Did it get a safety or not? I don't know. They're going to call that. He dove in. He was stopped in the end zone, dove across the goal line, and it was Nanez with the carry off the sweep. Not exactly a good play in my mind to do it so close, and he just extended his body to keep it out of the end zone for
you would
safety.
think you would just try to power it ahead.
Well, the Highclimbers did a great job busting in there to stop him.
Yes.
3rd and about 11 now from the 1. And off to DiPolo. He's coming around this side. Cuts it up. Going to get to near the 10 before a host of Highclimbers knock him over.
Looks like they'll mark it at the 9.
It looks that way. I mean, knocking over DiPolo. Dylan DiPolo. Let's see. He is 250, 6 feet tall. That's like a wall. That's a brick wall. It looks like the Bulldogs are going to punt it away.
Yeah, a gain of about 7 on the play.
Brings up 4th and 2 from the 9-yard line. And it looks like Smelser will do the kicking, the punting at least. And Goodwin will be standing about midfield, waiting for this punt from Smelser. Good push by the Highclimbers. And kind of a short kick is going to be picked up at the 45. Goodwin's on the run on the sidelines. He's going to go down the sidelines to near the 20-yard line before he's run out of bounds. He had a head of steam on him, Jerry.
Yeah, and he returned it for more than 20 yards. Nice return.
Yeah, he picked up about the 46, and I think he ran it to, where are they going to spawn it, at a 23?
So 23-yard return. At a 36-yard punt.
So here come the Highclimbers in excellent field position. 10:24 to go here in the first half. Out of the gun, here comes Hurt in motion. Cooks with a good snap. He's going to go on the rollout. Going to lob it down the field and caught. Is he in? Did he get it in there? No indication yet. The crowd says yes. Yes. I don't think so, Jerry. That was an excellent effort. I didn't see who got that. Was it Trevor Meyer?
Yes, but on the coverage was good coverage on that too.
Yeah, and a great effort to try and keep that ball.
Yeah.
Sorry? Okay, snap to Cook in the quick throw. It's deflected, so it'll bring up. Just grab it, Jeannie. Just grab it. So 3rd down and 10. Oh, since Jeannie's here, we got to do a quick shout out to Eric, who's watching in Seattle.
Okay.
Get better, Eric. We'll all hope you get here, and join us in these broadcasts.
We miss you, Eric.
Out of the gun with a 3rd and 10 for the Highclimbers. Ball is on the 23-yard line of North Mason. Man in motion. That's Hitzman. Snap to Cook. Gonna go for the end zone again. Got a guy there. Oh, off the fingertips and incomplete. That was Anthony Boren intended. There's a flag in the backfield, however. That's a penalty on Bulldogs and roughing the passer. That's a 1st down, Jerry.
Yep.
So I imagine this is going to be half the distance and not the 15. So they'll mark it off about 12-yard penalty, Jerry, half the distance to the goal on roughing the passer.
That'll be the 3rd 1st down for the Highclimbers. A very costly mistake by the Bulldogs on that.
So trips to the near side, all grouped together. One receiver to the far side out of the gun. That will go Cook. They'll throw it over to Hitzman. Hitzman with the catch and smothered by Junior Newman defensively for North Mason. They got inside the 10 to the 9. This is a good little dump-off receiver screen there, Jerry. Played well by North Mason.
Well, so far, we've had 6 passes thrown by Cook, and he's completed 3 of them.
So you've got our guy in front of Cook out of the pistol, handoff to Goodwin. Goodwin will power his way straight up the middle. Gets near the goal line, might be a yard or 2 short. Hard to see from our angle.
Goodwin on the carry right up the middle. Cole Varick on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
So it'll be 3rd and 1, and I think they're going to spot it on the 3.
Right about that 1-yard line. 3rd down and 1 yard to go.
9 minutes and running on the clock here in the 1st half.
Excuse me, ball's on the 2-yard line.
So 3rd and less than 1, Jerry. Looks like Cook will go under center. Look for a quarterback sneak. No, he'll hand it off. And diving in, and the ball comes free and out of the backfield. What are they going to call this one? Looks like Max Johnson on the carry. And what is the official call? The Bulldogs say they have it. It's going to be a touchback. And it'll be North Mason ball. So that is a fumble lost, Jerry.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
So we'll bring it out to the 20. And North Mason takes the ball over. Interesting.
For the if you would explain to our audience what they mean by the touchback there.
Well, what happened is ball carrier fumbled it before he crossed the plane. It was poked out into the end zone, and it rolled out of the back of the end zone.
Right.
Without a North Mason player touching it. So that is a touchback on the turnover. If I'm interpreting the rule right. There's a end around.
I believe you're right.
And diving and dancing his way is Ryan Nogus. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe last year Ryan Nogus was on the North Mason Student Council.
Anderson on the tackle for the Highclimbers.
But Nogus looks like he got 6 yards on that carry.
6 yards on that play, yeah.
Across just shy of the 27, so pretty close to 7 yards there.
Boy, that was a very unfortunate fumble there by the Highclimbers.
Ward is going to be trying to get away. He'll throw it away, throw it over the head of Mason Shoemaker. So it brings up third down. Should be third.
That was the third pass thrown by North Mason, and the first incomplete pass by the Bulldogs.
So we have a timeout on the field. I think we're going to get a young man who has an equipment issue off the field.
And we're looking at 3rd and 4 right now for the Bulldogs.
So third down. Out of the gun will go Ward. Tight formation with one guy out wide. He's going to hand it off to Smelser. Smelser smothered with a loss back to the 21. Wow, what defense. First guy for the Highclimbers. Looks like Trenton Hughes.
Minus 6 yards on the play.
So that'll be a 4th down.
Big play for the Highclimbers.
And are they going to punt it away? I would imagine they will at this point.
4th down and 8 yards to go. Balls at the Bulldogs' 22-yard line.
Smelser does the kicking for the Bulldogs. Troy Goodwin standing back about his 37-yard line to receive this punt from Smelser. High, spiraling. It's going to die and roll out about the 46-yard line, depending on the spot over there.
25-yard punt.
So they're going to spot it at the 45. Still in North Mason territory. The Highclimbers get the ball back. After the fumble, they did a good stand for Shelton defensively. 7:08 to go here in the first half. 7-0 North Mason. North Mason won the Mason County Cup last year, Jerry, and they've won it twice out of the 6 previous games. Highclimbers would love to have that cup back in Shelton. North Mason would like to take it back to Belfair. Cook out of the pistol. He's got Goodwin behind him. Back to pass he goes. He's going to throw to the far side. Nice catch by Trevor Meyer. Tackled immediately by Cole Varick. Just shy of the first down marker, though. They're going to get a 2nd down and about an inch.
Who was that pass to?
That was
Jake Myers?
Yeah, Myers, Trevor Meyer.
Oh, okay, number 11.
Yes,
right,
number 11. Quarterback from last year.
That's right.
So 2nd down and about, well, we'll call it 1, but it's looks like about a football. Cook will go out of the gun. Has 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Look for the quick screen out to the near side. Going to dump it off to Hitzman. Hitzman with the catch, gets the 1st down. Makes a little bit of move, lost the ball.
But recovered.
But Highclimbers dive on it.
Highclimbers recovered.
I think it's a good one with the recovery, but that is a 1st down, I believe. Oh, there's also a flag on the line. I don't see it. Oh, there it is in the secondary. I think they need a little something to brighten up those flags, Jerry. They blend into the turf a little too much.
They're not very easy to notice.
It's either that or the grass is not as green as we think it is. So it was a penalty against the Bulldogs. I didn't see what the call was, Jerry.
It was a face mask.
Oh, it was a face mask. Okay.
So is that a 15 or a 5, or does it make
it does matter in high school. And it's going to be 15 because he goes 5 and keeps marching. So that'll give the definitely give the Highclimbers 1st down.
The thing with North Mason tonight, Mason has possessed the ball a little bit more overall, time possession, but those two crucial penalties have really hurt North Mason tonight.
So Cook will go out of the pistol. Goodwin will come out of the formation behind him. Snap to him, hand off to Goodwin. Goodwin cuts it up the middle, and he's stuck right there after about a yard or two gain. See who, I guess it was Shoemaker that was the first guy there. Short gain. Give him 2, Jerry.
Okay.
2nd and 8 from the 19. It's like the same formation. Turn around and hand it off. Goodwin again got some running room. Good blocks up front.
Yep.
Gets just shy of the first down marker at the 12, it looks like.
Gain of about 7 on the play.
Got 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go here in the half. 7-0 ball game. North Mason with the lead. Shelton with the ball. The 3rd and just a couple of yards. Hand off to Goodwin again. Goodwin dives in the middle again. It's like a ball might have came out again, but the referee's saying it was down. It's a first down run though. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8 for Shelton.
That is the 5th first down for the Highclimbers. And tonight, our main ball carrier for the Highclimbers has been Goodwin. He's carried it 4 times.
So Cook will go out of the pistol again. Little delayed handoff. Goodwin stumbles his way to the 5. Not really sure how he kept his feet enough to get positive yards out of that.
Goodwin has carried it 5 times.
That play moves the ball down to the 5-yard line. 2nd and 5.
For 16 yards.
So spot the ball at the 5 with a 2nd and goal. Out of the pistol yet again as a receiver on each side does Cook. Back to pass, throws in the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Boren. So it's now a 7-6 ball game. So Della Sancho will come on for the point after to tie this game up.
A 5-yard touchdown pass to number 10, Boren.
So there's Della Sanchez on the field. There's the spot. The kick, it's up. Is it good? It is. Tie the ball game up at 4:19 to go here in the half. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back. It's Mason Web TV powered by HCC. Well, it's all tied up, Jerry. 7-7.
Well, the nice thing is quarterback has completed 6 of 9 passes, and it's been a pretty balanced attack. Your lead ball carrier, of course, is number 21, and that is Troy Goodwin for 16 yards. So it's been a pretty balanced attack for the Highclimbers so far, but they've had some good success in the air.
So De La Sancha has it teed up at the 40 for the Highclimbers.
4:19 to go here in the first half. Crowd making some noise. There's a run up in the kick. Little squibbler that's going to bounce all the way down to about the 10. It's picked up there. And look at the speed on him. And he gets caught from behind. Nice tackle by Nick Morales. The runner, the returner, was Anthony Arreola. I'll get that right before the night is over.
And he has been in both on defense and offense. Been one of their key players.
Well, I watched him in practice and in the scrimmage last weekend. He really wants to run and never got an opportunity.
And the nice thing, too, he prevented a touchdown in the first quarter, breaking up a pass. So he's been all over the field.
So Ward will go out of the pistol again. He's got two receivers to the far side, one on the near side tight. Handoff straight up the middle goes to Smeltzer. Smeltzer lost the ball. Ball's free. Highclimbers have it. Nick Morales saved a touchdown and then recovered a fumble. Now that's making sure you're on that field a lot for Morales, Jerry. Saved the touchdown on that kickoff return, and then recovered a fumble. And they might have even poked it out. I didn't see that part.
And the North Base has been their own worst enemy with those two major penalties and the two fumbles.
So 1st and 10 for Shelton on their own 38-yard line. Cook empty backfield. Hurdle go in motion across the formation. Snap slow. Handled well by Cook. He'll get a roll out, a little bit of pressure. Throw it over, and he just threw it away because he was being chased by the man who's a monster. Dylan DiPolo chased him down, but there is a flag in the backfield.
It could be unnecessary roughness.
Well, I'm thinking it might be intentional grounding. It is intentional grounding.
Well, that's true. There was nobody in that area, was there? Yeah, you're right.
Cook was making his case, but referee sees it differently.
Yeah, you're right. There was nobody.
Well, I think Cook was saying somebody was going to break for the ball, and he was throwing it to a spot, and the Bulldogs had him pinned in. But I wasn't looking, so I couldn't tell if there was a black jersey around all the white.
But if you look at that rule, he was outside of that zone.
True.
So that
Let's see what the
doesn't
call
look good. Let's see. I think you're right. Intentional grounding. Yep.
Oh, and wow. I'm gonna have to learn those signals, those hand signals again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's a
15-yard penalty, so it'll be 1st and 25. It's more than that, actually. The ball spotted at that's 25. It's not quite 25, so Cook will dump it off, complete. Oh no, off the hands of Boren, incomplete. I'm sorry, wow. He was one of those moments that he had some real estate in front of him, forgot to bring the ball with him.
Yeah, that's it's going to be an interesting season. I think that's 11th pass attempt by the quarterback, and
well, I got to say,
he's been pretty accurate.
He's been very accurate. I was just going to say that his passes have been on target except for maybe one or two.
Right.
And his receivers have got to haul them in. He'll send 3 receivers to that far side. Empty backfield. Oh, the ball is free. And Cook will fall on it, and he is just smothered.
And that's the second time that he has had to fall on a bad snap.
And Nick Case just fell on Cook. And that was a bad series for the Highclimbers.
Yeah.
Jerry went backwards the whole time. It's 4th down. They're all the way back to their own 13-yard line, and it's 4th down. 4th down and half the field to go. And they're going to punt De Los Sanchez on to kick it away. Line drive punt, and the Bulldogs will just stay away from it. And Kenyon will be the first guy to get to it to down the ball at the 42-yard line.
44-yard punt, no return. These last two putts have been very good. 55 yards and 44.
He settled down. His first one wasn't
No,
so good,
the
but
first one was only 25. Yeah,
yeah, but he's kind of settled down and in a groove.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
3:03 to go in a tie ball game here. North Mason gets the ball back on their own 42-yard line. 1st and 10. Here comes Sean Ward. I was about to call him Charlie Ward for some reason, but Sean Ward. That's a flash pass.
He quarterbacked for the Redskins, didn't he?
I think so.
Yeah.
A long time ago. Boy, oh boy, are we dating ourselves?
I think so. I think we are.
It's Sean Ward. He's running the show for North Mason, and a timeout has been called. So we'll step aside. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
Coming out of the timeout, the Bulldogs have a 1st and 10 on their own 42-yard line. 3:03 to work in a tie ball game at Jack Stark Field at Highclimber Stadium in Shelton. The Bulldogs are ready to go. Here come the Highclimbers defensively. Receivers wide both sides. Guy nearly on the sidelines on the far side. And the man nearby is number 14. That's Anderson. Little faked handoff, dump off in the middle screen. That goes incomplete. I don't think there was a player in the vicinity to grab that. I think it was intended for number 12, Ryan Nogus, and he was just not in position to catch it. And the lineman for North Mason wisely that just drop on the ground. Right. It wasn't deflected, so it wasn't a free ball. So I guess the good part of that is that the play only took 5 seconds off the clock. And off to Topolo. Lumbering his way around the outside, gets just shy of the 50-yard line. Mark him down about the 49 on the second down.
Looks like about a 7-yard carry. I'm surprised they haven't used him a little bit more.
Give him 6 on the carry, Jerry. They're probably keeping him in reserve for the second half. I don't know.
Is he going both ways?
I believe so.
Okay.
So Ward will go out of the gun this time. A little bit of a flinch there. I'm surprised there wasn't a flag. Little dump off complete. And Nenez will get near the 45 before he's pushed back. They'll spot him down at the 46. But that should be enough for first down. Yes, it is. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
And we're in Shelton territory now, and that's the 7th first down for North Mason, and that's a 3rd completed pass out of 5 attempts.
2:15 to go here in the half. 7-7 ball game. North Mason on the march. Out of the gun goes Ward. Back to pass. Flushed out, and he'll keep it, and he's knocked out of bounds at midfield. Who was the guy that was chasing him down? 63, Jerry. That is Eamon Anderson on the tackle.
And number 72, Kyle McGregor.
They mark it still in Shelton territory at the 49. It'll be second down. 2? Yeah, a second down and 12. So Topolo is behind Ward, and he'll shift over to his left. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Here comes a rush, good block. Dump off, complete. And here comes a little speedster. Anthony Oriola near the first down marker, only because he was tackled from behind and pushed forward. Just shy of the first down marker. Yeah, looks like a yard, maybe 2. 3rd down coming.
So a gain of about 9 on the play.
I give him 10, Jerry. I'm going to actually maybe even closer to 11.
That's right, because, yeah, you're right, because it was back 2 yards from the
quick handoff. That is a different, that was Topolo. I'm sorry. He just powers his way in, and I'm not following the play on the field. Topolo, there's your power.
Yeah.
I was thinking there was a new quarterback in there for North Mason, but there wasn't. Ward just looks so small compared to Dylan Topolo.
About a 11-yard gain. Good for another first down. 8 first downs to Pola.
Ball is marked at the 27-yard line of Shelton. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. 52 seconds to go in the half, and a timeout by Shelton. We'll step aside. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Frustrated by rising cable prices? You're not the only one. As your local cable TV provider, we work hard to give you the channels you want to watch the local news, enjoy family night, and cheer on your favorite sports team. We also fight to keep your rates fair, but at the negotiating table, large corporate broadcasters demand higher fees for their programming. As TV viewership goes down, broadcast rates continue to go up. It's not fair. None of us should cover their losses. Visit keeptheconnections.com for more information on how we're working for you.
52 seconds to go here in the half. 7-7 ball game here in the 7th annual Mason County Cup.
Well, Topola, with that carry, is now taken over as the leading ball carrier for North Mason. Reese Smeltzer is also having quite a night.
Topolo's still in there. I haven't seen Smeltzer for a while. Out of the gun will go Ward. He's got 2 receivers to the near side, nobody to the far side. Well, I guess there's a slot guy. Man in motion. He'll take the sweep, and can't get around the edge. Busting in there, making the tackle. Looks like Trenton Hughes. Yeah, it was no
gain on that one. Nope.
Yeah, no gain. That was 30, approaching 30 seconds to go here. 2nd down and 10 for North Mason. Out of the gun will go Ward. Back to pass, looks to the far side, changes, dancing around there, throws it complete and tackled immediately. And that was Jacob Anderson on the catch. I'm really impressed at how the Highclimbers are swarming defensively. Wherever that ball is, there's about 5 black jerseys.
Maybe a gain of 1 on that play, and that's the 4th completed pass out of 6 attempts by the quarterback.
I think we have a timeout on the field. Yeah, timeout by North Mason.
That's a 3rd timeout.
Oh, he's got 6 seconds. Might as well use them all, right? We'll take an opportunity to step aside. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
I dare you. I dare you to change the world. Yeah, you. Getting that college education.
I dare you to be somebody important.
Like be a teacher. Or a reality TV star. I dare you to stand up here. To call the shots.
To be a role model.
An inspiration. An innovator.
To be a teacher.
Think you can change my life? Make me excited about science like you?
Have a career that really means something?
Then do it.
I dare you.
Well, they put 12 seconds on the clock.
Well, obviously it's going to be a pass play.
Well, you never know when you've got a Dylan Topolo out there. You just never know what the Bulldogs are going to draw up. And with Frank Hepler, anything goes with the young man.
Yeah.
He's very passionate. Great conversation with him in the pregame. Crowd on their feet. I'm running low on battery here, folks. Here we go. Back to pass goes Ward. He's flushed out. Throws to the end zone. Intercepted. And that'll end the half. Who got that ball? I couldn't even see, but they're still celebrating. Number 6. That's Christian Hernandez Lopez with the interception in the half. No flags on the field. Is there time? No, I don't think there is. I think that'll be it for the first half. Wait a minute. Nope, that should be the half, everybody.
Yeah.
Exciting. Wait a minute. Let's hold on here. Highclimbers are out there. I don't think that's going to stand. Jerry?
Well, no, I think they're going to change the clock. It's definitely a high climber interception.
Is it?
Yeah, and they just haven't put the time for.
Nope, they're going to call it to the half.
Okay.
So it'll be halftime.
Little confusion there, ladies and gentlemen, if there was any time left after that interception.
Well, I got to do some quick changes. We have a 15-minute intermission. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back. We will give you the, I'm going to give you my pregame interview with Coach Mike Speaks coming up at halftime, and we'll get to that in a moment here on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe, think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
Hello, I'm Sharon Trask. I've been asked why I'm running for Mason County Commissioner. That's an easy one. My kids and grandkids. When I reflect on what I would like to see Mason County look like in 10 years, I see a robust economy, safe streets, and happy kids. This will only happen if we act now and make sound decisions and entice businesses back into our county. Mason County has everything we need to entice businesses. We just need proven leadership to get us there. With your help, we can achieve all this and more. I'm asking for your vote in November.
I lost my mother to a drunk driver. She taught me to be kind and good and strong. Be a positive force in a sometimes cruel world. I want to do everything I can to keep Washington a beautiful place. For my children, for your children. Become a Washington State Trooper.
Well, welcome to the Maple Glen Senior Living halftime show. Before we get to my pregame interview with Coach Speaks, let's enjoy the High Climber dancers.
Go home, I'm fading fast. Yeah, see you next week. You're going to get to your mom saying, oh, you can go down there. I'll see you there.
The Shelton dance team performing here at halftime at Jack Stark Field at Highclimber Stadium. Now let's turn our attention to what I should have played but didn't have time in the pregame. Here is Coach Mike Speaks.
Welcome back to the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. I'm Deidre Allen, and it is now time to talk with Shelton's new football coach, Mike Speaks.
Let's start with just a brief synopsis of your coaching experience.
My brief synopsis.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, grew up in Shelton. Played for Shelton High School. Went on to played at Central Washington. Played college football there, and then been basically coaching at the youth level for 12 years. I was TCYFL president for a year, and coached youth baseball and youth basketball.
Okay, and why did you choose to become Shelton's coach?
Why did I choose it?
Yeah.
Because of my passion for this community, for the kids. Trying to bring back the spirit, trying to bring the kids back to play. You can see our numbers are low, and really want to focus on bringing back the fire and the drive and the passion to want to play football in Shelton.
So are you seeing that with your group?
Am I
this year?
seeing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we have good numbers, but we're still young. The kids that because we brought kids out and we went out and talked to kids, and they signed up and they're wanting to play, but they're still a long ways off. I mean, as far as they're great kids, but they not a lot of football experience. And then we have some young kids that have played quite a bit of football, but they're not quite ready to play varsity yet. They're still pretty young. They're 15 years old, 14 years old. So we're trying to build a commitment. That's the biggest thing, is trying to build a commitment. Commitment in the weight room, a commitment to school, and a commitment to the practice field.
So you're taking over a program that, not to be disparaging to the past coaching
No, not
staff,
at all. No,
but
not at all.
it seemed to be very predictable.
As far as
offensive schemes, defensive schemes, things like that. I'm just saying, my question for you is, what will we see different from the Highclimbers this year than in past years?
Well, that's the $1 million question, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and I've been asked that question quite a bit, and the best way that I can answer that is, I guess you'll just have to wait and see, what it looks like on Friday nights for you guys.
Okay.
So that's probably the safest play. I mean, that's I don't want to disrespect Coach Hinkle or the program in any way. So it's challenging, because of the commitment level. The kids, that's the biggest thing, is getting these kids bought back in.
Yeah. Okay.
That's our biggest challenge. That's our number one goal, is to not only get these kids bought into football, but bought into school, grades, being better people. And then the football stuff will fall right in once we get that discipline and that commitment.
So let's talk about your first game against North Mason. Have you seen what the Bulldogs have been up to, or do you have any idea what to expect out of the new coach?
Well, we played last year, so I know some of the faces and the numbers and the kids that are on the team. They're a good program. They're a good team, and I expect I don't know that much about the new coach at all, other than I know that he's working hard, and that program is solid. So he took over a program that was a pretty decent two-way school. I believe they started off 4 or 5-0 last year, and they beat us. So they're rolling.
That's Shelton's new football coach, Mike Speaks. His Highclimbers are taking on the Bulldogs from North Mason next on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Hi, I'm Dan Griffin, your legislator and local firefighter. Today we all come together to cheer on our players. And like them, we are a team. Like a team, we work together to do good for our community. I want you to know that I fight for each and every one of you, for a bright future full of opportunities, for you to leave your mark on the world. You are strong, and we are stronger together.
Paid for by
Griffey for State House Campaign.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
I admit, I did try another TV provider. It sounded like a great deal, but I quickly realized it wasn't. When I read the fine print, I was locked into a long-term contract with a huge cancellation fee. So I came back to HCC. They're more reliable, the service is local, and I save, bundling internet and phone with them too. And I'm a lot happier now.
Great service from a local company. Stay with HCC.
Okay, Jerry, I lied. I told you about 45 seconds. It came back at 15. So, Jerry Apple, our statistician, what do you got on that sheet that you brought with you?
Well, Shelton had 6.
Hold on, get this closer to your mouth there. Try that.
Okay, thank you, Diedrich. Shelton had 6 first downs. North Mason had 8. As far as rushing, Shelton had 9 carries for 13 yards. The leading ball carrier was Troy Goodwin. He had 5 carries for 16 yards. Unfortunately, we had a couple bad snaps, a loss of 10 yards on one play, or we would have had a total of 23 yards rushing. Now, Skylar Cook has thrown 11 times, completed 6, and he has passed for 52 yards. So if you add the 13 yards rushing and the 52 yards passing, a total of 61 yards for the Highclimbers. The Highclimbers, of course, scored on a 4-yard touchdown pass, or excuse me, a 10-yard touchdown pass from Cook to Boren. And then a point after attempt was good. So that's their total of 7 yards. Also, I've been very impressed by the punting of the Highclimbers. They've had 2 nice punts of 53 and 44, the last 2 punts. So Shelton has had more success, of course, in the air.
Right, okay.
And I don't know if they've had any turnovers. They haven't, but they've had several fumbles where they have recovered or bad snaps.
They had the one. They had the one at the goal line that was poked out
That
into
is
the end zone.
correct. So there is one turnover there, and that was a very costly one. Obviously, for the Highclimbers, they probably would have scored on that. North Mason, like I said, had 8 first downs. They had 86 yards rushing on 24 carries. Number 44, Topola, had 11 carries for 45 yards, and number 42, number 42, Reese Smeltzer, had 6 carries for 32 yards. Passing-wise, the quarterback, Sean Ward, threw 7 times, completed 4. But this is what really hurt. You take the 86 yards passing and the 38 yards on the rush, 86 yards rushing and the 38 yards passing. That's a total of 124 yards. So 4 for 7 for North Mason. The thing that really hurt North Mason was the 3 costly turnovers and a couple 15-yard penalties. And North Mason.
Sorry, you're getting a weird noise. Go ahead.
North Mason,
there we go.
Just like Shelton, had a very good chance of scoring a second touchdown. The first one, of course, was denied. I think because of a fumble, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
So easily it could be 14 all instead of 7 all. But the game is close. You're looking at 61 yards total for Shelton, and you're looking at 124 for North Mason. North Mason's been more successful on the ground. Shelton has been much more successful in the air. Been a good game.
So you're looking at the 7-7 scoreboard, and you're pretty much telling me everything's even across the board, really.
Yeah,
Just
well, the
different.
type of possession, obviously, definitely favors North Mason because of the running, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, when you gain 86 yards on 24 plays, that tells you right there that they have got the most time possession does.
All right, so the Highclimbers are ready to get back on the field, and they're jazzed up, as you can see them right there.
Yeah.
We'll take another timeout. We'll be right back with the third quarter
Yeah,
in just
I think
a
it's
moment.
better now.
Okay, we'll work on it, Jerry. We'll be right back.
Okay.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
Okay, we're waiting for the start of the third quarter, Jerry.
Yeah. Great first quarter.
First half. Yeah, can't get a lot better than the 7-7 score in the opening salvo of high school football. Oh, and by the way, speaking of that opening week, tomorrow, if you're interested, Merriam Knights playing at Quilcene. 1 o'clock kickoff, just up the canal, if you're interested in that. And I'm going to go to that game, but I really wish I could stream it, but I don't think I can.
Yeah.
But so we'll try to follow some Merriam Knight games this year. And schedule change for North Mason. Their game next week is on Thursday at Silverdale Stadium. I'm working with the Central Kitsap School District trying to get that one streamed as well.
And I'm looking forward to going with you down to Montesano, to my home grounds.
Right, Montesano for the Highclimbers next Friday. We'll get into all that in the post game.
Yeah.
But just had a moment, got to throw it out there.
Okay.
So we got the 3 football teams, and 8-man football is so much fun to watch.
It's so exciting. I got a chance to be up at Nia Bay teaching a senior driving class, and all they could talk about, the grandparents, their grandsons playing football at Nia Bay. What a tradition they have there.
Oh, yeah. Nia Bay is a tough program. And
State champions.
Speaking of Nia Bay, Nacelle changed leagues, and they're now playing in that league because they want better competition so they can go further. So they're traveling like 2,000 miles this year.
Can you imagine? It took me 4.5 hours to get up there.
Yeah.
From
Oh,
Shelton.
yeah. Oh, yeah. But can you imagine that you're going from Nacelle to Lummi, which is in Bellingham, for a game on a Saturday? That's a long road trip.
And Lummi tribe and the Nia Bay, what a tradition those two have.
Those are great programs.
Yeah.
You know, you want to see some great football.
Championship 1 year. Lummi was champions 2 years ago, and Nia Bay was champions last year.
Yeah, you want to see some great 8-man football. You go to check out one of those games. And, And
wide open.
And well, Merriam Knight is not a slouch. They got a couple of great athletes out there.
Yes, they do.
I don't know if they're at a level of Nia Bay yet,
but they might get there.
They've really improved the program out there at Marion Knight, and I would look forward to going to a game with you.
Well, we'll talk about it when we're done with this game,
Okay,
Jerry.
okay.
But right now, we got the Mason County Cup second half coming up in mere seconds. Highclimbers will get the ball to start the third quarter. 7-7 ball game. Thanks for everybody for sticking around and checking us out here on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. One thing that I also got to point out, guys, Highclimbers out there trying to get the crowd involved. That's something you haven't seen in a lot of years. They try, but the crowd is on its feet. There's a great crowd, a great turnout tonight for Jack Stark, but they all stuck around for this game. And oh, by the way, North Mason fans, you're pretty full across the field. That's all North Mason fans that made the trip from Belfair. Not that it's all that far.
I would think North Mason might do pretty well this year in their league.
Well, we'll see.
They've got 3 or 4 really talented kids out there. Maybe they need more. I don't know. I'm sure they do, but they've got 3 or 4 outstanding athletes.
So you're right. Let's get the third quarter underway. 7-7 ball game. Thomas has it teed up, ready to kick it off. You got Goodwin and Kenyon back deep. And there's the kick. High end over end kick that'll be taken and bobbled at the 20. And there's a Jason Kenyon speeding it off. It's going to get caught again. He got caught again and dropped to the turf. Nice return by Jason Kenyon.
And there was only one person that could stop it. And that was number 3.
And he's another touchdown saving tackle by Anthony Ariola with another. I'm close, Jerry. I'm very close to getting that.
You are.
First and 10 for Shelton on the North Mason 23. Crowd's into it. Nice turnout. You know, they split the stands here. They usually split the stands for having the visiting team on the other side, but they're on the other side of the field, and we have some movement on that line of scrimmage.
Was that last return by Kenyon?
Yes.
That's the second very nice return.
Well, we know Jason's a speedster. We know, we've seen him on the basketball court, and we saw him last year on this field. And we have a penalty against North Mason. It's offsides by the Bulldogs, so that'll bring up 1st and 5 and move the ball down to the 18-yard line. 7-7 ball game. We're only 9 seconds into the third quarter, and the Highclimbers are on the 18. Meyer switches to the other side. Direct snap to Goodwin, and he tried to dive forward. Got maybe the length of his body as a gain there. That might be a yard. No gain at all. Wow. Thought for sure he got his body in there and dove for at least some positive yardage. This is something that's also different this year with Coach Speaks, is he's doing some direct snaps to running backs, which is usually known as a wildcat. We've seen it 3 times in this ball game, and here's a Cook back in there on the rollout. Gonna throw complete to Goodwin. Goodwin is stuck right there at the 20. Nice hard hit by the Bulldogs. But a minimal gain there. Maybe he got a yard, Jerry. Well, we're going to get 3rd and 5 for Shelton.
That's the 7th completed pass by Skylar Cook.
Cook will go out of the gun, empty backfield. He's got 3 receivers on the near side. Quick step. Oh, off the hands of Trevor Meyer. Oh, yeah, I'm really impressed with Skylar Cook. He's on target. I think he's only had 2, maybe 3 errant passes. And
the one where he was rushed and he had.
Right, you know, but his passes have been on target for most of the night.
Oh, he's done a nice job. Very
So
nice.
receiver on each side. Goodwin the back behind. Cook throw again, same play. That one's deflected. Nice quick hands by Caden North, I believe. Got his hands up, deflected that ball. And that caused the incompletion. So that was fourth down, and ball will go over on downs to the Bulldogs. That was a quick 4 downs. This is kind of the way Shelton has had good returns and just kind of stalled offensively.
Yeah.
At least as of the last few possessions. So we'll see what North Mason will bring out in this tie ball game, third quarter. Ward will send Anderson wide to the near side. In the slot is Nogus. Out of the pistol, hand off to Topolo. Topolo, big hole.
Oh, wow.
And he's still on his feet.
Looks like a good for a first down. Let's see where they marked it.
They're going to mark it right at the 30. Ball, that's a 12-yard gain.
So that's a 9th first down for the Bulldogs. Nice gain by Topola of about 10, 11 yards.
So Nogus and Anderson will come wide to the near side. Topolo beside Ward in the backfield. Back to pass goes Ward. He'll dump it off. Complete. Ew, boy, I was going to say complete, but in and out of the hands of Nogus. So 2nd and 10 from the 20, or from the 30, excuse me. One of these days I'll figure out what a 2 is and what a 3 is, Jerry.
Well, we definitely know that 3 has a lot of speed.
And 2 has a good arm. But, you know, I'm talking about 30 and 20 on the field.
Oh, okay.
One of these days I'll figure it out.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
So 2nd and 10 from the 34 of the North Mason
We were
Bulldogs.
not on the same page.
No, we weren't at all.
No, we weren't.
All right. Nogus takes the handoff, and he's just driven down by Max Ward. It's a big loss. I mean, Max Johnson, excuse me. Sorry, Max. Actually, Max is known as Falcon on the baseball team.
So
a big loss on that. We're going to give him forward progress. Do we have a? Oh, we have a penalty on the Bulldogs.
Yep.
Coaching staff is saying refuse that, take the loss, because you get the loss of yardage and the loss of the down. So they will give it a 5-yard loss there. That'll bring out 3rd and 15 from the 25.
Ball's just the north side of the Bulldog 25-yard line.
9:46 to go here in the third quarter. 7-7 ball game, 7th annual Mason County Cup. You know, I keep forgetting that number 3 is way outside. All by himself. Back to pass goes Ward. He'll throw it deep. Got a guy there. And incomplete, falling off the hands of Nogus. Incomplete.
Looked like he was going to make that one-handed
Yeah,
catch.
they were doing that in practice. Having some issues with some power, Jerry, so stand by. Plugged in, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Oh, no.
Smelser is back in for the Bulldogs. Goodwin is back deep for the Highclimbers.
This. It's going to be a punt. Let me get that at least in frame. And Smelser has some trouble with that snap. And he's on the run on the far sidelines. He's going to get it to the 25-yard line before he's knocked it down. So the Highclimbers get the ball in good field position.
And, you know, being a good runner, he was able to at least get it back to the line of scrimmage. But Highclimber football.
So 1st and 10 for Shelton on the North Mason 25.
Yeah,
after the bad
possession.
snap.
Good possession.
Or bad snap, bad everything for North Mason.
Yeah.
Hopefully they've got that figured out, and we'll keep it going here. So out of the pistol will go Cook.
He's got a receiver on each side. Pitch on the option to Goodwin. Goodwin getting around, trying to get around the edge. Breaks a tackle. Gets inside the 20. Dances his way to the 15-yard line before he's run out of bounds. And I'm sorry, that was not on camera. Really close to the first down marker as well. Now they're going to mark him out at the 17, maybe even 18.
So gain of 8 on the play.
So second and a couple.
And the one defensive back for North Mason almost got that ball in the backfield. He was close.
Low snap, ball is recovered. Boy, see, this is kind of the way this half has gone for the Highclimbers.
Yeah.
They start moving, they get a break, they can't quite get it going offensively. And that's a loss of about what, 8? Let's see, from the 17 to the 27. That is a 10-yard loss, Jerry. I'll call it the 3rd and 13 either way.
Yeah.
Out of the pistol. Kenyon will go into the slot. Back to pass. And Cooks goes down. Cook goes down. You know, I kind of get the feeling, at least for North Mason's point of view, it's like a bend and a bend and a bend, and then they snap you back. So we have a 4th down. De La Sanchez on to punt it, pretty sure. We do have a timeout by the Highclimbers. So let's take one and catch our breath, Jerry. It's 8:16 to go, 3rd quarter, 7-7 ball game.
I really don't know if I see the advantage of.
Hold on. We'll be right back.
Okay.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
Sorry, Jerry, didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, we were thinking that they might be punting. I just don't see that happening. What would be the advantage?
Good point, because chances are you're going to kick it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback, and you start your net of 10 yards, 12 yards at this point. Might as well give it a shot and go for it. At 4th and 16 officially. Out of the pistol will go Cook. Back to pass, he's going to dump it off towards the near side, and nearly intercepted and deflected, dropped actually. Junior Newman had his mitts on it for a brief second. I don't know if he was going to grab it and run, or he decided to drop it, or he just couldn't snag it. Either way, it's Bulldog ball.
I would say he was trying to catch it and go.
Yeah, I guess it would look better on your stat sheet.
Yeah.
So in the theories, we were to tag on to the thought before the play, the Bulldogs end up with a 5-yard gain here. If they had kicked it into the end zone, they would start at the 20. They end up with a better field position by 5 yards. At least that's how I see it. Now, what do we have, a penalty? No, wait a minute. Now I'm really confused. Okay. Now we're getting it.
Okay.
Okay. So they spot the ball at the 31, so they gained 11 yards for North Mason without punting. So out of the gun will go Ward. Looks like Smeltzer is in there. Quick little dump off and incomplete. The ball drops. Intended for
number 3.
Yeah. I had it.
You notice I'm letting you pronounce the name. I'm just being too lazy to look back.
That's okay. Ariola. You know, I even checked that online to make sure I had it right. And, well, I can't remember. So Ward will go, I'm going to call this the pistol. He's got 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side, and in the slot, handoff to Smeltzer straight up the middle. Ooh, he's just stood up by Jason Kenyon. What a tackle at the 40. Wow.
You know, I didn't think Jason
that was a great tackle.
I didn't think Jason had that kind of strength to lift up Smeltzer.
Yeah.
But
Thank goodness
wow.
it was Spencer instead of
Topolo. Very true.
But a great tackle.
That was a great tackle. He just stood him up. Very close to the first down marker. We'll have a
That's a better tackle.
we'll have a measurement, Jerry. I'm thinking this might be just a bit short, thanks to Jason Kenyon.
Yeah.
Yep, it is about a foot short. Whoa, what happened here? I just lost everything, folks.
But we still got to give credit to number 42.
Hold on a second, I just lost some cameras. My whole setup is gone. Great. This is not good. I need this. And I need... Uh-oh. There goes Topolo on the run inside near the 20-yard line.
Topolo carries that ball. Kenyon and Meyer on the tackle for the Highclimbers. But that's a pretty decent gain for the Bulldogs. Takes it down to the Highclimber 20-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10.
Come on, really? Terrific.
Topolo on the carry for the Bulldogs. Charlie Hurt there and bring him down from behind.
Come on, come on, come on.
Looks like that's
I lost everything, just shut off.
First and goal for the Bulldogs. The ball's placed on the Highclimber 5-yard line.
Did we get in there, or what do we have here?
Nope.
Okay.
Topolo takes the ball down just short of the goal line.
All right, oh, sorry, I think we're back now, folks.
Okay, I'm going to do a rundown.
Okay, go ahead. Well, just give me a second here. There we go. All right, go ahead.
Go ahead. The last 4 carries have been by Topolo. He did a 10-yard, 40-yard, 10-yard, and 4-yard carries. So he's picked up 64 yards in the last 4 plays, and that puts the ball on the 1-yard line for North Mason.
And off to Topolo, dives in. Is it in? No indication yet. I think they got it just short of the goal line, and we apologize for losing all that. It happens.
Doesn't look like he made it in.
So we're going 3rd down and about an inch.
Yeah, and that was the 5th carry in a row by Topolo. That was the first one with no gain. Can you imagine? He had a really nice 40-yard run a couple plays ago.
And he gets in that time, at least the Bulldogs think so. Yes, he does. There's a touchdown for Dylan Topolo.
That's a keeper by Sean Ward.
No, I guess it's
no,
Sean
it was a
Ward. Yeah,
keeper
okay.
by Ward.
So Sean Ward gets the Bulldogs on the board, and it gives them the lead. As Gary Thomas will come in and try to kick the point after. Do apologize yet again for that, folks. Thought I had everything running fine, and it just goes stuck. The snap a little off. Spot is good. The ball is up, but he hit the upright and went off. So the Bulldogs get 6, can't capitalize on the extra point. North Mason leads Shelton 13-7, 5:52 to go here in the 3rd quarter of the Mason County Cup. We'll be right back. It's Mason Web TV powered by HCC.
Hello, I'm Sharon Trask, and I'm running for Mason County Commissioner. I've lived in Shelton for 13 years. During this time, I have gotten to know and love Mason County and the people who live here. When I decided to run for Commissioner, I knew this was the perfect opportunity to give back to the community that has been so good to me and my family. I am humbled that so many of you have given me your support and love. I'm asking for your vote in November.
Paid for by Sharon Trask for Mason County Commissioner.
And we're back here, Jack Stark Field, Highclimbers Stadium.
Now, just to let you know, for the 5 plays that you did miss, they were all runs by Topola. And of course, the last play was good for a 1-yard touchdown by Ward.
Right. Thank you, Jerry. Well, we are back online, and I'm got everybody back according to my my screen here, and I do apologize. I think I said a bad word sometime in there, and I do apologize.
No, you were fine. You did well under pressure. Thank you.
I'm glad this is the internet and not FCC regulated.
You did well.
All right, so the Bulldogs are going to kick it off with 5:52 to go, with third quarter leading at 13-7. Also got a cleaner clock up there, as you can see now. Thomas will boot one deep to the 10. I believe that's Kenyon again. And he's going to bust another good return up to the 43 or so. Jason Kenyon is having a night, I got to tell you.
About a 30-yard return again. That's a third really nice kickoff return by Jason Kenyon.
So it's a first down and 10. Ball spotted at the 43 of the Shelton for the Highclimbers. Going to try and answer here at the Bulldogs after they scored on their last possession. Charlie Hurt is the guy on the near side. Again out of the pistol goes Cook. Oh, bad snap again. And, ooh, boy, did Cook take a hit.
Number 6.
Yeah, from Mario Nenez. Wow. And that's a loss back to the 29, so that's a 14-yard loss.
Yeah, 14-yard loss, yeah.
So that'll bring up second down and 24. So a little bit of confusion. Cook will go out of the gun. He'll send 3 receivers to the far side. He got Hitzman, Goodwin out there on the far side. He'll going to throw that way. And incomplete. It falls. I didn't even see what it was intended for. I know there's a high climber on the side. I guess he did catch it, but it was out of bounds. That was Goodwin, intended for Goodwin, or at least he ended up with the wrong.
I would say in practice next week they're going to be working a lot on snaps.
I would think so, Jerry. I'm sure that that's on Coach Speak's mind right now.
Yeah.
4:55 to go, third quarter. 13-7. North Mason with the lead. Shelton with the ball. Empty backfield for Cook. He's got 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Gets him set. There's the snap on target this time. Cook will step up. Skyler's on the run. Nice little run for Skyler.
Nice run.
He was running for his life there, I think. Gets up to the 38. Got a sizable chunk back from that.
An interesting side note, and this is not Skyler's fault at all, but that's his first positive carry tonight because of the bad snaps.
Well, it's 4th down and a bunch, so De La Sanchez on to boot this one back to the Bulldogs. Ariola is back about his 32 or so to receive this punt from De La Sanchez. Ooh, that's a bad one. That one's picked up in the middle at the 45. A really bad punt for De La Sanchez.
Who got that one? Number 22, Logan Roselle. I have a different number. And then Bulldogs have excellent field position at the 39-yard line of Shelton. Yeah, De La Sancha had some really good punts.
The
in
last
the first,
two were
really good.
Yeah.
And this one, I was just going to comment that he does his side kick. He rolls out and he kicks it, kind of a drop kick type. Yeah. And I was thinking that was working well, but that time not so much. So 2 receivers on the near side. Handoff to Smelser, straight up the middle, and he is stopped. The first guy for Shelton there is Kyle McGregor.
Let's see where the initial carry was. I think he did pick up a yard or 2.
Looks like 2, Jerry. McGregor just stood him up.
Yeah.
We've had some really good tackling by both teams here.
So let's give him a gain of 2 on that.
Well, I agree with you there. So 2nd and 8.
Yes, we have had a lot of nice tackles.
And a lot, I'm really impressed with how both teams are tackling. And it doesn't matter how big the other guy is.
And their pursuit.
Oh, yeah. You're right there, too. Anderson comes wide to the near side. Handoff, though, on the sweep to Nogus. Nogus will pound his way inside the 35, about the 32.
That's Ryan Nogus on the carry for the Bulldogs. That's Kenyon and Morales on the tackle for the Highclimbers.
Jason Kenyon comes off.
Gain of about 5 yards.
Give him 5. 3rd and 4 coming. Ball's up to 33 for the Bulldogs. Anderson comes wide to the near side, nearly to the bottom of the screen. Man in motion. Nenez, hand off to Topolo. Topolo, he got stopped, and he'll just step aside the guy, dragging Highclimbers with him as he's still on his feet inside the 20. Wow. Want to go for a ride, Jerry?
Yeah. 33.
To the 18, 17, 18-yard line, depending on where they spot the ball. I'm going to say it's the 18.
And it was 16-yard carry.
So 1st and 10 for North Mason in Highclimber territory.
Yeah, Topolis now ran over 100 yards.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, of course, with that 40-yard carry, that didn't hurt.
Yeah, ran over 100 yards and ran over a few Highclimbers in the process.
Wow.
Topolo is to Ward's right. Hand off to Smelser. Smelser smothered, but almost broke it. Oh, he did that time. He cuts it back. He's still on his feet. Charlie Ward is on his legs and is drug about 2 yards to near the 10 where the Smelser is pulled down.
Keeps those feet moving.
Wow. I thought he was stopped for a loss.
I did too.
He just kept, yeah, you said it. He kept his feet moving, and he snuck to the 10-yard line. Is it not 12-yard line? 12-yard line.
Gain of about 7 on the play.
2nd and 3, according to the board over there, Jerry.
Yeah.
Well, we'll rely on Paul.
Well,
he does a good job up there in the field.
Yeah, he made me look good. Okay.
Makes us all look good. Takes care of the field, gets everything ready. And as in motion, hand off to Topolo. Topolo again dragging bodies, and a flag goes flying in at the end of the play. Ball's near the 5-yard line.
So if it stands, it'll be 7-yard gain.
I don't think it is.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, it's a hold.
Yeah.
Coming back.
Let the fans know the concession stands are going to close in 10 minutes.
You know, the penalties have really hurt North Mason. The bad snaps have really hurt the Highclimbers.
Looks like holding against the Bulldogs.
So that negates the first down.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute, may not. Depending on when the hold occurred. This is a spot foul. Nope, it did negate the first down. So it'll be 2nd down and 9, Jerry, on that 10-yard penalty.
17-yard line with that penalty.
That's got to hurt.
Oh.
2nd down and 9 yards to
Penalties have been very costly.
1:22 to go here, 3rd quarter. 13-7, North Mason with the lead, and they're knocking on the door. Out of the gun will go Ward. He's got 2 receivers near side, 1 on the far side. Nenez in motion across the formation. He'll set, make it 3. Topolo next to Ward. Topolo on the rollout to the near side, looks to the end zone, points, steps back, throws. Oh, incomplete.
Intended for 6.
Well, I think that was who it was intended for. Nenez pulled his hands back because there were 2 other receivers in the end zone, and he thought, well, maybe they were the intended target. So a little confusion there.
Yeah.
Incomplete, brings up 3rd and 9.
I think you're right.
Well, I watched him pull his hands back.
Yeah.
And that's not characteristic of what we've seen out of Nenez. And we have a timeout by the Bulldogs, so we'll take it. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
Well, we're back, but we lost picture.
Oh, no.
That's interesting. There we go. Technical problems on our first broadcast, Jerry.
Are we back okay?
We're back okay.
Good.
We have a 3rd and 9 for North Mason on the Shelton 17-yard line. Ward will go out of the gun. His 3 receivers far side. He'll dump it off and complete. That is Nogus on the reception, number 12.
Ward's pass to Nogus is complete. Nick Morales on the tackle there for the Highclimbers. That'll bring up 4th down.
All right, let's get trying to get all my graphics back, Jerry. There we go. So we got 4th and about 4, Jerry. On the 12. Obviously, the Bulldogs are going to go for it. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Handoff to Smelser. Smelser caught in the backfield.
Yep.
Down he goes, I believe. Let's see here. That was Morales on the tackle.
And I tell you, if it is Morales, he's been in on a lot of the plays.
Defensive.
You've been hearing his name a lot tonight.
Right. So the ball goes over to the Highclimbers with 29 seconds to go here in the 3rd. They're on their own 11-yard line. 1st down.
Well, that was a very important stop by the Highclimbers. Let's see if they can take advantage of that.
So Cook will go out of the pistol. He's got a receiver on each side. Back in front of him and back behind him. Handoff to Goodwin. Goodwin trying to get around the edge. Slips 1 tackle. It's run out to the sidelines after, what, a couple of yard gain there?
Yeah,
maybe
definitely.
5.
He got about 5, 6.
Ball spotted at the 17. I give him 6 on that.
6 yards, yes.
2nd down and 4 yards to go.
So let's see how the Highclimbers can do in a longer sustained drive, but that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. So we head to the final 12 minutes of this ball game. North Mason leading Shelton 13-7. We'll be right back.
North Mason Bulldogs on the board with 13 and your Shelton.
Hi, I'm Dan Griffey, your legislator and local firefighter. Today we all come together to cheer on our players. And like them, we are a team. Like a team, we work together to do good for our community. I want you to know that I fight for each and every one of you, for a bright future full of opportunities, for you to leave your mark on the world. You are strong, and we are stronger together.
Paid for by
Griffey for State House Campaign.
There's so many great things about life in Mason County, and Hood Canal Communications is proud to be one more. Headquartered in Union, we offer the speed and reliability your family needs, backed by hometown service and support. Whether you need to just check email or power all those Wi-Fi devices around your home, HCC has the right package for you. Stop by one of our friendly offices, call or visit hcc.net to learn more. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
So we got 12 more minutes to go in this ball game, Jerry.
Our leading ball carrier for the Highclimbers tonight has been Troy Goodwin. He's got 31 yards so far.
So the Highclimbers will start this final period with a 2nd and 4 on their own 17-yard line. Got a guy wide to the near side. That is Boren. Out of the pistol will go Cook. Oh. And I think we got some movement here. Or did the Bulldogs encroach again?
I'm going to say it was...
Yeah, it was encroachment. So that should give the Highclimbers a first down with the penalty.
It should be a first down for the Highclimbers. It is a first down for the Highclimbers. Ball's now at the 21-yard line.
That is the 7th first down for the Highclimbers and the first one for this half.
Wow, that's a very interesting stat there. Out of the pistol will go Cook and the Climbers. Oh, bad snap again. Goodwin will pick it up and try to get something out of nothing and lost the ball, but they're going to call him down. Boy, I think Troy should have just fell on that ball. The 2 yards was not worth it.
Yeah.
So this is kind of the way this half has gone for Shelton. They start making some progress and then something happens. A bad snap. Something like that.
So looks like about a 8-9 yard loss.
Yeah, closer. Well, the board says 2nd and 21, so that would be an 11-yard loss.
11.
That's still, either way, it's not the best situation for Shelton.
So many bad snaps.
Yeah. 2nd and 21 from the 13-yard line are the Highclimbers. Back to pass goes Cook. He'll throw. Overthrew intended target of Trevor Meyer. Wow. Just a little too much zip on that ball. Went too far.
So far, 17 passes have been thrown, 7 completed for Skylar Cook.
So we have a 3rd and 21, ball still at the 13-yard line of the Highclimbers, deep in their own territory, out of the pistol. Goodwin will go to the slot. Another bobble snap. Cook will throw it long. Ooh, off the hands of Boren, incomplete. That was on target, though.
Yeah, number 14 on the coverage.
Yeah, good coverage. I was just going to say that. That was
Jacob Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson right there, almost stride for stride. Nogus also in the near proximity of the play. So now 4th and 21. So the first down for the Highclimbers by penalty, and they just haven't been able to sustain anything.
Yeah.
So De La Sanchez on to punt it back to the
It was
Bulldogs.
a nice pass and nice coverage.
Back deep, it looks like. Is that Nogus? At 12, or is that 42? Low snap again. De La Sanchez gets that one away. And Nogus will just let it go. He'll track it down and make sure that it isn't picked up. So it'll be down at the 32-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will start out their possession of the ball game here in the 4th quarter, leading 13-7.
It was a nice punt. We're looking at a total of 51 yards. I'm kind of surprised that number 3 let it go.
Well, it might have been too much of a line drive at his. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's a good question.
Well, it was a nice punt.
It was a good punt after De La Sanchez had a really lousy punt the last time.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately. But 1st and 10 for North Mason. Ball is actually spotted at the 31-yard line, their own 31. You got a 6-point lead, Jerry. Do you try to run the clock down and do a sustained drive?
You know, if I was North Mason, I would just run the ball. And I'll tell you why. They've got 2 great backs, good backs.
Ward will go out of the pistol. It looks like it might be
Maybe
Smelser.
mix it up 1 or 2 times.
Smelser was in the backfield. They're going to pass. We're all wrong. Good completion to Nenez. Or is it incomplete? No, there was a grab over there on the far sidelines. Nenez picks up.
So much for my statements.
Yeah, well, you know, maybe that's what everybody in the stadium expected, and they go to the pass. Gain of 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 coming. Ball's at the 37-yard line.
Well, now I think they're going to stay on the ground. And maybe mix it up once in a
You
while.
never know. Anderson will come wide to the near side. 3 receivers to the far side. Out of the gun. Little dump off complete to the little speedster. And he's got a 1st down. And he's pulled out of bounds at the 45 of Shelton. Ariola, the speedster. I'm going to call him the speedster. It's a lot easier to say.
Yeah.
But he moved the ball to the 45 of Shelton. 1st and 10 there, and I think he ran out of bounds as well. So that
we're looking at
about
an 18-yard pass play.
In the end, yes. In my pregame interview with Frank Kepler, he said that they run more.
Yeah.
And we're forgetting that even if it's a little dump-off screen pass to one of the receivers, it's still kind of a run play, even though there's a pass involved.
Well, statistics are going to make it a pass.
A pass, that's exactly right. Oh, somebody went early, no flag. Handoff to Smelser. Smelser gets around the edge, breaks a tackle, up the sidelines, and he's knocked down at about the 20-yard line. On the far sidelines, I believe it was Trenton Hughes on the tackle out there, and they're going to spot the ball at the 24. 1st and 10 for North Mason, 9:39 to go in the ball game. Bulldogs up 13-7.
21-yard run.
Nope, they did get him out of bounds. The ball, they wind that clock, so he stayed in bounds.
That's the 12th 1st down for North Mason. 21-yard carry. That's an estimate on number 42, Spetzler.
So Ward will go out of the pistol. He's got Smelser to his left, Topolo behind him. Nogus goes in motion, hand off to Topolo. Topolo just slides down the line of scrimmage and finds his space, gets the 1st down, and he's pulled down in bounds. Wow. He's a smart runner, too. He just looks for those little openings, and I said slide. He just kind of slides his way over.
And he stayed in bounds.
Yeah, he's a smart runner. 9:02 to set the chains.
That's a 13th 1st down.
So they'll wind that clock. 1st and 10 from the 12 for North Mason. That's the Shelton 12. Topolo the back behind Ward. 2 receivers on the near side. Anderson will come wider to the numbers. Little handoff to Topolo. He's going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown.
And he has some speed. You see how quick he got through there?
Yep.
Of that gap?
So Dylan Topolo, boy, been calling his name all night. You think I know how to say it. And the Bulldogs increase their lead to 19-7.
12-yard touchdown run by Topolo.
And they're going to put Thomas out there to, nope, they're going to go for 2. Kind of figured they would.
And make up for the last, yeah.
So from the 3-yard line, the Bulldogs will go.
I got that $10 for you. Do you want it?
Stop doing business, Jerry. Pay attention to the game. Oh, bad snap. Ball's on the ground. Ward's on the run, and he's on some sort of trouble, but he manages to dive in. Did he get in there? Yes, he did. That's a two-point conversion. That is a lucky bounce for Ward. Sean Ward makes a two-point conversion out of nothing. And the Bulldogs increase their lead to 21-7. 8:31 to go in the ball game. North Mason on top in the Mason County Cup. We'll be right back.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over. When you see lights, vests,
Or reflectors.
please give us some room. Slow down and move over. When you need us,
We've got your back.
do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back? Please, slow down.
And move over.
.831 to go in the ball game. North Mason has increased their lead, 21-7. I was going to say 17, but that's not what the board says. It's 7. So the Bulldogs will be kicking it to the Highclimbers. See what the Highclimbers can actually get their offense in gear. They're having trouble with that, Jerry. They just, every time they start, what you think they start getting a break and starting to get the momentum, something happens to kill the momentum and unfortunately kill the drive for the
unfortunately with the snaps and yeah.
So Gary Thomas has it teed up at the 40. Troy Goodwin and Charlie hurt his back. I haven't seen Jason Kenyon. He went out of the game injured. Little short end-over-end kick will be taken at the 27. And on the return, believe, that was Danny Mendola Lopez. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Good return.
Yeah,
for
it
one of
was.
the upbacks. So I got about 12 yards on that return.
That was number 14?
Yes. So 1st and 10 for Shelton at their own 39-yard line. Let's see if they
obviously you're going to see them air it out. They have no choice.
Empty backfield. Cook will go out of the gun. 3 receivers far side, man in motion. That's Hurt. Hurt will take the sweep. He'll cut it up the middle. Trying to break another tackle. Lost the ball. Got it right back. Yeah, it's a lucky break there. It popped out as he was going down and managed to fall on the turf right next to him. Hard 2 yards for
Charles Hurt.
Yeah. Hurry up offense for the Highclimbers. Bourne will come to the near side. Receiver on each side out of the pistol. Low snap, ball's free. Oh boy, it looks like the Bulldogs get it back. Diving on that ball, number 53 for the Bulldogs, and that's Nick Case. So North Mason gets the ball back. Maybe I should stop commenting on getting something going for the Highclimbers.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And they've looked good at times tonight.
Yeah.
It just.
So they'll spot the ball at the 42-yard line. Actually, it's closer to the 41 to me. 1st and 10 for North Mason, leading 21-7. 7:44 to go in the Mason County Cup. 2 receivers near side, a slot receiver on the far side. It's like Smelser's the back. He'll take the handoff from Ward and go up the left side, just pulling bodies. And boy, oh boy, I'm sorry, that wasn't even on camera, and Smelser was stopped at the 30. And he actually broke out of that pack just as the whistle sound.
So, nice run by Smetzler, a gain of 6, makes it 2nd and 4.
Spot the ball on the 31-yard line.
In Shelton territory.
Well, they started this in Shelton territory.
Yeah, yeah.
DePolo the back behind Ward. Inez in motion, handoff to DiPolo. He'll cut it up the numbers, go to the middle. The flag goes flying as DiPolo gets to the 20. Now it's coming back, Jerry.
Well, holding?
More than likely. And illegal use of the hands.
Okay.
Subtle difference in that signal.
I should have said it wasn't going to be holding because of where the flag was thrown on the opposite side. If it had been thrown on the other side, I could see where it had been called goal. So that makes sense.
Either way, it's 10 yards from that spot.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's 6:52 to go in the ball game.
And that was too bad. Topola had a nice run there, and that negates another a first down.
That'll make it second and it looks like 11. Ball will be spotted at the 37, it looks like.
37-yard line. It'll be second down and just over 11 yards to go.
And I don't know if that's a bad thing if you're a Bulldog fan because you just want the clock to run. There's something to be said about not running up the score.
Huh.
But you do want to execute properly. Hand off to Smelser straight up the middle. And he'll get to near the 20.
And now that's the 14th first down. Nice carry by Smetzler.
Almost to the spot, just a couple yards shorter than what Topola had in his last run.
Yeah, how many yards on that one?
You're looking at 13.
Okay.
Yeah. So first and 10 for North Mason. Ball spotted at the 22. I'll try and keep everything in frame this time. Clock is running. And off to Smelser. Smelser cuts it up the middle. He cuts it again, and he's brought down. First guy to Nick Morales is the first guy in there. And you know what I am seeing, Jerry? It looks to me that the Highclimbers are trying to rip that ball out every time. Because Morales making the tackle, I think he tackled with the football in his hand. Trying to wrestle it away from Smelser.
Another first down and another nice gain by Smetzler.
6:05 to go in the ball game. 21-7, North Mason with the lead and the ball, and a timeout by the Bulldogs. And we'll step aside. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
6 minutes on the clock.
Well, interesting, Diedrich, that we've got two backs for North Mason that are going to have over 100 yards each.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, Jerry.
It's close.
It's close, but
for number 42. But he's getting there.
Well, let's see here. Topola is in there. He's behind Ward. Right to Ward's left is Smelser. Bulldogs are going to go in a tight formation. I would really doubt that we're going to see any more passes at this point.
Oh, no.
But then they surprised us before.
Yeah.
It may be put in Ward's hands on what he wants to do. There's Inez in motion. Handoff to Topola. Topola banging bodies, dragging bodies inside the 10 near the 5. Call it the 6-yard line. Who did he bring with him? I think it was Kyle McGregor was on with Topolo's back, trying to bring him down. That's a hard guy to bring down, regardless.
Gain of 4 on the play.
Yeah. So second and goal. I didn't realize we were this close. So second and goal from the 6 now. Oh, they're going to send Anderson wide to the near side. Inez in motion again. Hand off to Topolo. Topolo, nice stop in the backfield. First guy there for the Highclimbers, Trenton Hughes.
Number 58?
Yep. No gain there. So that'll be third and goal
Give him
from.
a gain of 1 on
Yeah,
the
I
play.
guess you're right. Got the nose right on the 5. Nose of that football, I should say.
Yeah.
Clock is running, 4:45 to go in the ball game. Anderson will come wide to the near side. Nogus in the slot. Nenez in the slot on the far side. Hand off to Smelser. Smelser stands and jumps into the end zone, and that's a touchdown. Does that put him over the 100-yard mark?
He's
there,
almost there.
Almost there.
Not quite.
Not quite. Okay. So another touchdown for North Mason. They now lead at 27-7. 4.5 minutes to go in the ball game. A very strange angle on my camera. I'll have to fix that. So Gary Thomas will be on to kick the point after. He missed one. The holder for the Bulldogs is Jacob Anderson. Snap on target. Ball is up. Bulldogs say it's good. The referees say it's good. It's 28-7. 3-touchdown lead for North Mason with 4.5 minutes to go. We'll be right back. Four and a half minutes to go in the ball game. 28-7, North Mason. I would have to say comfortably in the lead, Jerry, in this Mason County Cup opening game of the 2018 high school football season.
Spetzler has 99 yards, and Tupola 166.
166. Wow.
He had that 40-yard run.
Right.
And he had 2 other 10-yard carries there.
Right.
So, and he had 45 at halftime. I'm going to check my math again on that.
Little squibbler kick that'll be stopped by Goodwin. Goodwin inside the 20, hesitates, and gets to the 30-yard line before he's pulled down.
Goodwin with about a 15-yard return there for the Highclimbers. Highclimbers will take over first.
So Shelton will have the ball on their own 30-yard line.
That is correct. I added those up. They're correct.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Hard to believe. I mean, I just,
Actually, they're going to spot the ball at the 28-yard line, so 1st and 10 there for Shelton.
28-yard line of the Highclimbers.
So Cook will go out of the pistol. He has a receiver on each side and a back behind him. I think that's Goodwin. No, it is not. Goes to the slot. Cook will pull it down and, took a hit there. No gain on that.
That's Cook with the keeper there up the right side, no gain.
It's Josiah Oels is in as one of the backs for the Highclimbers.
Second down and 10 yards to go for the
So end
Highclimbers.
up no gain on that run. So Bourne will come wide to the near side. Hurt is wide on the far side. High snap. And ball comes out when when Cook goes down. Recovered by North Mason, but I think they blew the whistle before the ball came out,
Yeah,
Jerry. It said that the
did.
forward progress was stopped. It'll stay with the Highclimbers. Loss of a couple on that.
Yep.
Cook gets set here for a couple of yards. It'll be third down and 12
Clock is running,
yards for the
3:10.
Highclimbers.
3rd and 10 now for, actually it looks like 3rd and 12. Ball back at the 26. Again out of the pistol. Cook will run the option to Goodwin. Goodwin trying to get around the edge. Slides up the sidelines. Got maybe 4 or 5 yards on that, depending on where they spot it. It's hard to see. There, referee's right at the original line of scrimmage. So give him a couple yards on that run, and it's 4th and 10.
Runs in around the corner, gain of about 2 yards on the play. That'll make it 4th down and 10 yards to go.
So Del Sancho will come on to hunt it away.
Highclimbers.
.251 to go in the Mason County Cup. North Mason 28, Shelton 7. We are coming to you from Jack Stark Field at Highclimber Stadium in Shelton. I'm gonna like saying that. I just like saying that.
It's got a nice ring.
Another high snap. Good hands by De La Sancha. He'll
he
get
got-
one off. He got it off, and the ball hits about midfield. And
It's amazing that he got it off.
yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking that whoever's doing the snapping is going to be working hard in the next week.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm sorry. So Ammon downs the ball for the Highclimbers.
So we'll put the ball at the 49.
Ball's on the Highclimber 49-yard
Just inside Highclimber territory. North Mason will take over. Let's see, do we still have Ward in there at QB? It looks like it.
Yep.
Anderson comes wide to the near side. Nogus in the slot on the near side. Hand off to Smelser. Smelser's going to break another one. Look out. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
51-yard touchdown run.
49, Gary. 49.
Okay, because it was in Shelton territory. I'm sorry.
Right. If we're going the other way, it would be 51. But 49.
Oh,
Not that we need to short him anything. He's got, what, 150 yards now running?
100. No, according to you,
148.
148.
Right. Sorry. We always have math lessons in our broadcast, Jerry.
I'm trying to help out the poor guy.
Well, okay, you can give him 51.
Yeah.
I don't think that Coach Speaks will like that.
No, I don't.
Here's Gary Thomas again to kick the point after. He's got the height. I don't think he got the distance. Oh, he did get the distance. So it's now 35-7, 2:34 to go in the ball game. We'll be right back.
34-7 ball game.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
2:34 to go in the ball game. This half is belonged to North Mason, Jerry. There's no other way to say it.
Yeah. Well, it's belonged to number 42 and number 44 and number 3.
Number 3, yeah. It's a good debut for Frank Hepler.
I think they're going to be tough. I don't know what their league is like at all. I don't pay attention to it, but I think you're good. Yeah.
Well, the Olympic League is always a toss-up. You've got North Kitsap.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
You've got Sequim. You've got Port Angeles. You've got Bremerton. And it's always a toss-up every year. I'm missing a team there. Kingston. Yeah, Kingston's been down a little bit.
Yeah.
There's somebody else I'm
North
missing.
Kitsap.
North Kitsap.
Quite a year last year.
Oh yeah, North Kitsap is a force. I think everybody strives to be with NK, but North Mason may have it. Thomas will kick it off. Taken by Hurt at the 20. Gets to the 30. He's going to break it. Nope, he didn't quite get across the 45 to near the 50 before he's pulled down. But good return by Hurt. And I'm still wondering, where is Jason Kenyon? I know he came out holding his shoulder.
Yeah.
And after that, I have not seen him. I didn't even see him on the sidelines. That'd be a big loss for the Highclimbers here early.
Oh yeah, that's a second nice return.
Yes.
Hurt.
So the Highclimbers will start out on their own 48-yard line with 2:27 to go. And we have a new quarterback in there for Shelton. It's Luke McPhee. And they start out with is it a false start or an offsides? Offsides, yeah. The Bulldogs in there are a little bit anxious.
That'll make it second down and 5 yards to go. Luke McPhee is in a quarterback for the
So we'll make it 1st and 5 from the 47. This time in Bulldog territory. So McPhee running the show now. Got a receiver on each side. And again, you've got maybe it's McPhee and his cadence, making him jump off sides. It's a good theory. Highclimber faithful sticking it out though. Yeah. Jerry, it's student bodies here. Parents are starting to make their way to the exits.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 now for the Highclimbers at the 43-yard line. North Mason handoff. O'Ells, nice little hole there. He breaks it open. He's into the secondary. Got a guy to beat, and he's dragged down at about the 15-yard line. Nice run for Josiah.
Who was the number?
26. And we have a flag in the backfield. They're at the line of scrimmage, actually, on the far side, so it's coming back. Wells with his first run of the ball game, yes. And it's coming back.
25-yard gain by O'Ells.
And he's a sophomore, along with many others.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That was a really impressive run. Found a hole right up the middle. Turned on to hit that 5th gear in the secondary. Oh, they're going to call it a false start. Wow. That's interesting, Jerry. Usually that flag is from the side judge on the far side. That he usually doesn't do the false start, does he? Well, it's now 1st and 15. Back to the 46 or 47. Then, is it O'Ells this time? You'll get a nice little run.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Nearly got the 15.
That's O'Ells taking the handoff from Fee.
Yeah, give him 11.
12 yards. That'll make it second down.
No, it's 12. He's right. It's right. 12 to the 35. So McPhee will send a receiver on each side. And that should be a flag on that as 2 men were moving, but no flag. Hand off to Charles Hurt. Charles Hurt gets around the edge. Can he get into the end zone, though? Nope, gets inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. Nice run. And there was an illegal shift on that play, Jerry. 2 guys were moving at the same time. You can't have that. But the
29-yard run.
30-yard gain. That'll be 1st and goal for the Highclimbers.
So 1st and goal from the 4 now are the Highclimbers with minute 36 to go.
I guess I'll correct that. It was 30 yards.
Well, okay.
Yeah, let's pad Charles' stats.
Yeah.
That's okay with me.
Make the statistics a little more respectable.
So from the 4, hand off to Wells. Nice hole, and he'll hit the end zone and touchdown for the Highclimbers. Second one of the game at the 121 mark.
3-yard touchdown run.
So De La Sancha will come on to kick the point after for the Highclimbers. And there's something that's new. If you missed the pregame, talked about every time the Highclimbers score a touchdown, they'll cut a piece of log right down there. So the Highclimbers get their second touchdown of the season, and it is now 35-14. We will be right back. I think he needs to sharpen his chain, Jerry.
Frustrated by rising cable prices? You're not the only one. As your local cable TV provider, we work hard to give you the channels you want to watch the local news, enjoy family night, and cheer on your favorite sports team. We also fight to keep your rates fair, but at the negotiating table, large corporate broadcasters demand higher fees for their programming. As TV viewership goes down, broadcast rates continue to go up. It's not fair. None of us should cover their losses. Visit keeptheconnections.com for more information on how we're working for you.
Minute 21 to go in the ball game. How they fixed it. I was going to say it's 35-14 as opposed to what is on the scoreboard because they had 15 up there for a while. So it's 35-14. Shelton gets their second touchdown. And De La Sancha is teeing it up at the 40. Expect an onside kick here, Jerry, just to run something?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, why not? Highclimbers.
I think that might be the case.
The Highclimbers are really close up. Now they're going to separate. Got to spread out a bit. And now what do we have? Another timeout? We must have a timeout on the field. Okay, we'll take one. We'll be right back, hopefully with a kickoff.
I dare you. I dare you to change the world. Yeah, you. Getting that college education.
I dare you to be somebody important.
Like be a teacher. Or a reality TV star.
I dare you to stand up here.
To call the shots.
To be a role model.
An inspiration. An innovator.
To be a teacher.
Think you can change my life? Make me excited about science like you?
Have a career that really means something?
Then do it.
I dare you.
Well, we get a kickoff here, Jerry. 1:21 to go here in the ball game. 35-14. North Mason on top. Shelton just scored their second touchdown, make it a little bit more respectable. And I think everybody is anticipating an onside kick, at least at this point, to get the practice in. Back deep for North Mason. Ariola. Nogus is on the far side, standing about the 25. So let's see what De La Sancha and the Highclimbers are going to do here. There's the run up, and oh, there is an attempt at the onside kick. About ready to lose another battery, Jerry.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs.
So North Mason will take over the ball at the Shelton 45 with 1:21 to go. I'm thinking we're going to expect some younger players out there for North Mason now.
Yeah, I think they're just going to down the ball. Unless they want to give them a little bit of practice running.
Yeah, I'm going to see. It looks like we have a quarterback at number 9, Jason Dyer. Bad snap on the start there. And loss on that first snap for Dyer. Loss of 10 yards, it looks like.
Jason Dyer is in a quarterback for the Bulldogs.
Dyer's a sophomore, 5'9", 160. Ward, by the way, is a junior, 5'10". Clock is running with 50 seconds now to go. Second down and 20. From the 46 now, actually closer to 19. Handoff. And hitting the pile. And I believe this is going to be Caden North on the carry for North Mason. It's now 25 seconds and counting.
Ball carry for the Bulldogs. Whole host of Highclimbers there on the tackle. Ball's now at the Bulldogs 45-yard line.
Will we get another playoff? I don't think we will, Jerry.
No.
It's 25 seconds at the end of the play and 25-second clock, and that will do it. So we'll have the presentation of the Mason County Cup.
Presentation of the North Mason County Cup. That goes to the
Athletic Director Trevor Leopold has it in his hands. Mark Swafford, the AD from North Mason, brought it down with the Bulldogs tonight. And we will see the presentation of the Cup, which will stay in Belfair for another year at least. Let's keep it here for a moment while the referees head out. Teams shake hands.
Jack Stark Field at Highclimbers Stadium. Next home game is September 14th, and it'll be against the Capital Cougars right here.
So now the presentation of the Cup will be coming shortly, and it gives Jerry a lot of time to do his arithmetic.
I'm pretty well done.
Okay, well, we won't get to that in just a moment.
Okay.
Just keeping an eye on where the Cup is. There it is, right down below. So the North Mason Bulldogs keep the Mason County Cup in Belfair for another season. I don't even know where the Cup is. I lost it in the crowd. I know it's down there somewhere. Now they're heading towards the opposite side with the Cup. So the final, 35-14. North Mason takes the Mason County Cup, keeps it in Belfair.
Yeah.
The handshakes and what have you. Know, maybe we will have the actual presentation here, Jerry. I'd run down there with a camera, but you know, I've done enough of that today.
Yeah.
Here comes the team. It was very interesting just to, okay, here we go. You can hear what's going on down there. Coach Hepler, celebration. Mark Swafford, Trevor Leopold. Exchanging some handshakes there. There's the Cup. Mark Swafford has the Cup. Hands it off to Frank Hepler. Mason County Cup remains in Belfair for at least one more year.
More handshakes. Oh, I like this part of the game in the Mason County Cup. So as the teams head to opposite ends of the field to do their post-game chatting, we'll take another timeout. We'll get the final stats from Jerry Apple. We'll be back in just a couple moments.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe, think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
Hello, I'm Sharon Trask. I've been asked why I'm running for Mason County Commissioner. That's an easy one. My kids and grandkids. When I reflect on what I would like to see Mason County look like in 10 years, I see a robust economy, safe streets, and happy kids. This will only happen if we act now and make sound decisions and entice businesses back into our county. Mason County has everything we need to entice businesses. We just need proven leadership to get us there. With your help, we can achieve all this and more. I'm asking for your vote in November.
I lost my mother to a drunk driver. She taught me to be kind and good and strong. Be a positive force in a sometimes cruel world. I want to do everything I can to keep Washington a beautiful place. For my children, for your children. Become a Washington State Trooper.
Hi, I'm Dan Griffey, your legislator and local firefighter. Today we all come together to cheer on our players. And like them, we are a team. Like a team, we work together to do good for our community. I want you to know that I fight for each and every one of you, for a bright future full of opportunities, for you to leave your mark on the world. You are strong, and we are stronger together.
Paid for by
Griffey for State House Campaign.
Well, we're back here at Jack Stark Field at Highclimber Stadium. Highclimbers are running off the field to cheers from the crowd. Over to our left. Bulldogs are still down there in their huddle under the opposite goal post. Well, we now turn it over to Jerry Apple for some final statistics.
Well, first thing I want to say, Deidre, I know we had some technical problems tonight, but I thought you did a very nice job of handling it. You took the pressure well.
Well, thanks, Jerry. Appreciate that.
Congratulations.
Let's get to the more important stuff.
Okay. Well, Shelton had 7 first downs. They had 67 yards running the ball. Their leading ball carrier, was Troy Goodwin. He had, looks like about 30-some yards. Unfortunately, he had that one 11-yard sack in the backfield, which negated a fairly good night for him. But he was the leading ball carrier tonight, around 30 yards, 67 yards total. Skylar Cook had thrown 17 times, completed 7. I felt that Skylar did a very nice job of passing in the first half. Second half got a little bit away from him. The Highclimbers had 52 yards. In the air. So if you add the 52 yards in the air with the 67 on the ground, they had 119 yards. According to my statistics, Shelton only completed 1 pass in the second half. So a total of 119 yards, 67 on the ground, 52 in the air, a total of 7 first downs. The thing that hurt them a lot, once they had pretty good ball possession a couple times there in the second half, but unfortunately a lot of bad snaps, a couple fumbles really hurt them, especially in the second half.
Yeah.
North Mason had 16 first downs. They had a total of 329 yards on the ground, and they only had 62 in the air. They had a total of 391 yards. Now, here's the interesting statistic. Number 42 had 148 yards, and to Topo, number 44 had a total of 166. Between the two of them, they had 314 yards.
Wow.
And that's basically the game. I was impressed very much with about 4 players on the North Mason team. Of course, number 42 and number 44, number 3, and, you know, give some credit to the quarterback too. For the Highclimbers, I was very impressed. I heard his name mentioned all the time.
Morales, yes.
Yeah. What's his first name?
You're going to make me find it?
It's Nick. Nick
Nick,
Morales.
okay.
He's a junior, and he did a fantastic job on defense. And I felt like the Highclimbers did some nice tackling tonight. We saw some good tackling. Unfortunately, we saw maybe this might have been the reason why Jason Kenyon got hurt. He made a beautiful, beautiful tackle on Reese Smelker, I believe.
Smelser, yeah.
Smelser. And after that, we didn't see him play.
No, I watched him come off the field kind of holding his shoulder, kind of doing this, and he didn't return.
Yeah.
It could just be precaution. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't want him injured.
He's such a
phenomenal.
Guy. He's a phenomenal. He's quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We saw his speed.
But the thing is, he's gutsy. He gives it all out there. Another person I thought really stepped up was the person that made the last 2 nice kickoff returns for the Highclimbers to take the place of Jason Kenyon. And let me give you that number here.
Charles Hurt was one of them.
Yes, Charles Hurt was one of them. The kicker, or the punter for us, had 3 nice punts and a couple that weren't so good, but he had a couple really nice punts. One was for 53 yards.
Right. Yeah, well, his bad punts, not necessarily on him.
Rushed,
I mean, there was pressure. There was a lot of pressure getting put on by North Mason. So, you know, it's not always on the kicker. There's a mechanism that goes in there, and everything has to go right.
Yeah. And the Highclimbers could have scored 1 more touchdown. They in the first half. There was a fumble on the 2. And North Mason, of course, I think fumbled away a touchdown. As far as the rundown on scoring for the Highclimbers, or let's go with North Mason first.
Sure.
They had a touchdown pass to number 3 for 12 yards. And okay. And that, of course, we love saying that name, Anthony Areola.
Areola.
Yeah,
see, you get it the first time. Yeah, I had all night.
And, you know, he's amazing.
Yeah.
So fast. He also was able to cut down another touchdown that Shelton could have.
Right.
He just outran.
He caught Jason Kenyon twice.
And that's amazing.
That is amazing.
That is amazing.
Yes.
Because Jason's fast.
Yes.
But, okay. A touchdown by Ward, I believe. Another 12. That was a. Tupopo had a touchdown.
Tupopo, yeah.
Number 42 had the last two touchdowns. The last one being 49. I tried to give him credit for 51,
yeah.
but I wasn't really paying attention.
If you went the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. There go the Bulldogs breaking their little.
So, and for the Highclimbers, let's see. We had a 4-yard touchdown pass to Boren. And we also had a 3-yard touchdown run by Oles, number 26. And that's another interesting thing. We saw a couple players that didn't start, but are going to probably see a lot of action. I think they're only sophomores, both of them.
Right.
That was number 26, Oles, made a nice run. And number 15, Charlie Hurt, made a nice run, if I'm not mistaken, of 30 yards.
Right, yes, he did.
Yeah, so there was a couple promising runners, young, but.
Well, we're also forgetting a couple of things.
Okay.
First game. This is when you work out the kinks, or you start to see what you need to work on. The other thing that, from my standpoint, Shelton hasn't gotten on the field as a team.
Right.
They were supposed to do the Jamboree. That got canceled due to air quality. North Mason did their scrimmage. Inter-squad scrimmage, game atmosphere, referees are out there, crowd is there. It was, not quite the same, but it gave a good idea. Right. It gave the team a time on the field. And now I've watched the scrimmage for North Mason. I've watched them practice. They seem a little bit more together at this point. Now, will that last? Only time will tell. Will Shelton come together? Of course they will. There's a lot of first game nerves going on. You had the Jack Stark field naming that kind of distracted.
A lot of expectations tonight.
Right, and they'll get over it, and they'll bounce back and respond, I'm sure, against Montesano next week.
And I look forward to going down there. I taught at Montesano for 5 years, and I remember they winning 2 state championships during that time in the early 80s. And I just really enjoyed my time there in Montesano, and it's nice to go back there. I know they've had a rich tradition the last few years, too. They've been strong.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. That's next Friday night at Montesano. We'll have that game for you here on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. Next up for North Mason, they head to Silverdale, take on Clahalia. Thursday night, 7:15, I think, is kickoff. As I mentioned in the beginning, I'm working with the Central Kitsap School District to try to get that game, to be able to stream that game as well. Just check back on MasonWebTV.com. We'll have more on that. Tomorrow, if you want to head to Quilcene, nice drive up the canal. You've got 8-man football, Merriam Knight, and Quilcene.
I would love to go, but I've got a neighbor that's running for a position, and I'm helping him tomorrow do some doorbelling. So.
Okay. Well, that's always fun, too.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
We'll
and
let you know.
I'm hoping to catch a part of the University of Washington Auburn game
tomorrow.
Right,
that's tomorrow.
And hopefully get to see a lot of that. That's going to be quite a game.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jerry, for helping out. Thanks to Jeannie Raywald, who left about halftime because she's running out. And we do want Eric to get better.
You know what? He is a quality person. He's got a great sense of humor, but he just... I've had a chance to work with him for many years. Just a great person.
Yeah, he's probably...
And, his wife, they're very supportive of the Shelton sports. And
so they'll be they'll be helping us out from time to time during our broadcast this season. And Erica, we'll see you as soon as possible. Don't push yourself. Get back. Get healthy.
Get healthy, buddy.
We have a seat for you.
Thanks.
All right, thank you, Jerry. And that'll do it from Jack Stark Field, Highclimber Stadium. Final again in the 7th Annual Mason County Cup. North Mason 35, Shelton 14.
Season broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, has been brought to you by Sharon Trask for Mason County Commissioner, District 3. Dan Griffey for 35th District State Representative, Position 1, GOP. Maple Glen Senior Living Community in Shelton, celebrating the art of life. And Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
Thanks for watching Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.